No other jerky compares. Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Oh, I love this restaurant. Glad we got a table quickly.
What does that sign say?
Caution, wet floor.
No, right next to it.
If you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of serious consequences from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60. I didn't know that.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. RSV vaccines, including Pfizer's, are available. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
This is John Gavigan with the Gavigan Agency. Our top priority is doing what is best for our members. Whether you are buying a new vehicle, a new home, protecting your family with life insurance, or filing a claim, our agency will be there every step of the way. Our goal is to become a trusted advisor for you and your family for all of your personal and commercial insurance needs. Give us a call in Greenville at 756-1400 for a car, home, business, or life insurance quote today, and give us the opportunity to show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
And then it was two seagulls!
We're here for the booty.
Party?
Pirate Water is here. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find pirate water in a location near you.
We're going plankton!
Pirate Water is here. 21 and older, please drink responsibly.
Attention athletes and fans. Tiebreakers is looking for all-stars. Do you know an athlete who made a game-winning play, scored an amazing touchdown, or hit a huge home run? We're scouting Eastern North Carolina for this month's most outstanding athlete. Go to tiebreakersathlete.com to nominate your favorite player for the prestigious Athlete of the Month award. Tiebreakers, shining a light on the athletes that make Eastern North Carolina proud. Submit your nomination now at tiebreakersathlete.com.
In football, it takes great offense, defense, and special teams to make the perfect team. With New Blue, it takes great service in plumbing, electrical, and HVAC to make the perfect team. This is Aaron Williams with Ease Plumbing, and we have teamed up with Viva Electric and Roland Black Heating and Cooling to form New Blue Service Group. Same great local team, same great local service. Let us help you tackle any issues you may have. Just go to callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, where we are redefining service excellence. Go Pirates.
Give the gift of joy to kids in your community and become a holiday hero with Youth Villages. Youth Villages helps children with emotional and behavioral issues and those aging out of foster care. You can ensure no child is forgotten this holiday season and give them a cheerful start to the new year. Go to youthvillages.org/holiday to find out how you can be a holiday hero. That's youthvillages.org/holiday. Have a happy holiday from the folks at Youth Villages.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in Uptown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates! The brunch is back. The famous brunch buffet at Fifth Street Hardware has a variety of breakfast and lunch items from 10:30 to 2, including an omelet station and prime rib, and a special Sunday cocktail menu, including mimosa flights. Don't forget, Fifth Street Hardware has lunch specials every day, along with over 40 beers on tap. Trivia Wednesday, live music every Thursday night, and a late night menu through the weekend. Visit FifthStreetHardware.com or give them a follow on Facebook and Instagram for a weekly lineup and more. Go Pirates!
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
How's everybody doing?
Clip. Hey, man, good to see you, brother.
Booty everywhere.
Ahí estaba, en el centro. Hoyo de Gloria.
Have you scanned your MVP card?
Breakfast was 3 eggs, scrambled light with grits and extra crispy bacon.
Clip, what's up? It's Bryce.
I know, Clip, the people are looking for you to sprinkle your magic fairy dust on this whole thing and make it all better.
Let's get to that conversation now. Here is that.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, welcome into this Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. You can find us on 1250, 930 online, pr927fm.com, and be a part of the show on YouTube. We are live and will be for the next 3 hours taking your questions and comments. Give us a like, subscribe, and we've got some great guests on the show for you to ask questions to as well, and I will tell you who they are right now. Joining us, hour number one, former East Carolina defensive coordinator. He's been all around. He is Greg Hudson, and we've got some great stories to tell with Coach Hud coming up here in hour number one. Get your questions in for Coach Hud if you got any. Right now, he'll join us throughout the 3 o'clock hour. Coming up in hour number two, BB Brian Bailey will join us on the Pirate Radio Live line. We'll talk Pirate football, Pirate hoops, everything in between with Brian Bailey, and a former East Carolina player and coach, Jason Nichols, will join us in hour number three to talk NFL, to talk college football, and more. We've got 40 bowls in 14 days. We'll have Coach Hud pick a bowl game before he gets out of here. Also, we will open up the Pirate Radio treasure chest. We've had a lot of winners, but we got a ton of prizes still to give away during the month of December. So we got a lot to do here on a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Shirley Rhodes is here. Chandler is here. Coach Hud, awesome to have you in studio. How you doing, man?
Man, so what are you doing?
I like to touch my guests.
Cliff, it's good to be back again. Yes, it's good to be here in Greenville.
You can call me my other names.
Smokey.
Yeah, Smokey. And then recently I was walking down the hall in Minji's and I heard, hey, media guy. And I looked, it was Greg Hudson. Like, hey, Coach Hud, what are you doing here? But
media guy.
Great to have you around, man.
Well, I knew you were going to be available, so I made sure I got on the show so we could rekindle our post-practice Thursday interviews that you did back in the day when you were Smokey.
And you were great to talk to. You were a great interview, whether you're in a good mood or a bad mood. You always had good stuff for us.
I was always in a good mood. We were good.
I would say those days, yeah. Pirate defense was good. Coach Hud was happy. So
right.
Those were some really fun times. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about what's going on now with Greg Hudson throughout today's show. And Coach Hud, first of all, tell everybody what you're up to these days. What are you doing? Up to no good.
No good.
That sounds good.
You're going to talk about me. We will not need an hour. We'll be done at 3:05. Okay. It's a lost cause. No, it's funny how the path you take in life, you don't know if you're going to circle back and be involved with people that you met almost 20 years ago. You don't know where, you're going to be living 20 years from now. So, I've taken everything in stride. I've been really fortunate. And I learned a long time ago, back when it used to be keep a great Rolodex. Harvey McKay wrote that book, and the Rolodex theory, and, staying connected with people. And just like they talk about now, how connected we are, that was part of the process of how you would advance in life, and you had to stay connected. And it was always who you knew, and it still is who you know. And, I have stayed connected with some good friends of mine, some people that I learned from in the past. And then opportunities, came about through different platforms. And, I think I might have found a niche with in the financial sector with the NIL space and, helping, I'd say universities, but, that's a separate equation. But, looking for sustainable funds with donor anxiety out there and finding creative ways to help the collectives achieve what they need. And is that to have more money for the finances they need for the players. I mean, it is what it is. And, it's been sugar-coated so much, but you're getting money to pay the players to play. And, you could say, well, it's just an endorsement deal. That sounds good. But, it is what it is. It's not changing. It's not going away. It's going to get bigger. And, I've found some ways through some friends that also had, similar ideas. And I say it's not an I, it's a we. And, those we's are many of people that are smart people that, know how to be creative, know how to think outside the box, and then are willing to work. I mean, you can do all these fun ideas and talk about things, but it's still boots on the ground and the willingness to work and go out there and do things.
Here at East Carolina, you got the Boneyard Collective. When it comes to NIL, we at Pirate Radio have done NIL deals with student athletes, and we found some different ways to do it. You can see the baseball players who sell those T-shirts are part of that, and that's a really cool deal. You get something in return for your NIL donation. But I think you said it best, like whether people like it or not, it is here, so it doesn't really matter. What is your overall thoughts on the name, image, likeness? I feel like it was born from a good place, and now it's kind of out of control. But like, how do you kind of summarize where we are right now?
You gave coaches an opportunity to take something and completely abuse it. That is what we do. I mean, that is
in all walks of life. I feel like that's done.
That's part of our DNA. It's a great concept, and the idea of name, image, and likeness, and getting the endorsement to do a commercial sounded good, and it is what it is. And then through the collective of a collective group of individuals that are together for one purpose, and that's to generate revenue to pay the players. And now with On3, you're going to get a daily, valuation of what that player's actually worth. And when you go on the site and you look at what a player's worth, and you find out how much you got to generate, and then there's going to be the abuse on the other side, to where a player's going to get X amount of dollars, and all of a sudden, after the end of the season, they're going to want to renegotiate. That's where the creativity in the contract, and where is the responsibility being put on the player to produce? All those numbers that you see on the one site in particular that I mentioned that evaluates the individual. Where's the ones with the arrow pointing down? Where's that where it's on a daily basis, or you get in the contract for X number of time, which is the way to go. But if guys are going to turn around and start asking for more money, then you're going to start having collectives start giving less money for poor performance,
right?
Or not being,
it goes both ways.
Playing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The call was to take all this money that is being made from the television massive contracts and have the players, which I completely agree with, getting a piece of the pie.
Yeah.
And I believe that because they are going out there and they are absolutely crushing their bodies and drilling their minds extensively, year-round. It does not stop. And it's not a 20-hour NCAA rule work week. It's a lot longer than that. They're putting in free time. They're putting in all their time. So, what are you going to do to pay for that? And, it's just a little bit of the wild, wild west, but it will eventually get a lasso around it.
Yeah, still in the early days and feeling it all out right now. Talking to Greg Hudson here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Coach Hud just kind of, and I'm going to freestyle this. You said, so what are we talking about? I said, I don't know. We'll just figure it out as we go. Most recently, we have had a Heisman Trophy named, and it was Jaden Daniels at LSU, and I think well-deserving. I'm glad they gave it to a guy whose team had 3 losses because it's supposed to be the best player, and they looked at his numbers, looked what he did, and I don't know. I thought he was deserving of that trophy this year.
Yeah, for what it's become, for what that award has become, he's considered the best player. I still go back to, when they gave it to a DB who, by the way, probably could have played quarterback. He could have played receiver. He could have played safety. He could have played tailback. Who knows? He could have got bigger and played linebacker. And, is that the best player, or is it the most popular player who has the most numbers? But, it is so difficult.
And you had a teammate that won it who was a non-quarterback, which is super rare these days.
He could have pre-played. He could have been a press corner all day long. Trust me. And a tailback. But what you look at is, how people don't realize how difficult it is to play quarterback. There's so much information you have to be able to process, and the amount of coaching that goes into it. You got to coach these guys nonstop every day. And there's a big, big amount of information they have to process in very few seconds. and then not make a mistake on national TV in front of 25,000 people and 100,000 streaming fans. And I didn't realize how intense the quarterback position was until these GPSs started, when the players are wearing these GPSs now. It started at Florida State when I was there in 2010. And our quarterback threw a ball against Clemson on the last drive. We had to get a first down to get in position to kick a field goal to win the game with basically 2 seconds left. And on that pass, the body load and amount of pressure that was going on in his body and his pulse and his brain was just frying. Numbers were off the chart. That was the highest registered play over anybody the whole year. That one play. Now, the next highest group are linebackers, because those guys are running around like fools and trying to knock your head off. So their load was a lot higher. That quarterback's was the highest of the year on that one play.
Look, we went through, and to some degree, I'm looking at the numbers now. LSU averaged 46 a game, Oregon 44. There was a handful of teams over 40 in college football. We went through years and years with these wide open offenses, and everybody was scoring. And maybe it's because ECU struggled so much offensively. I watched more low scoring games this year, but I do feel like to some degree defenses have maybe tried to catch up a little bit. Do you feel that way?
They've caught up. Yeah, they've caught up. I mean, you're allowed to act like you're running the ball and go downfield, and it's not a penalty, when you throw it. I mean, you should do better on offense. and why did they put bump and run in the NFL? Because they wanted scoring to go up, because Mel Blount was molesting receivers and they couldn't get off the line of scrimmage, so they put bump and run in. Mm-hmm. Well, that didn't work, The one thing you look at on your rankings right there is go through there and you look at LSU, Oregon, Notre Dame, Georgia, Kansas State, Washington, Florida State. What do they all have in common? They're all in the finalists for the Joe Moore Award for the best offensive line in the country, which is proven true. I do stuff with the Joe Moore Award. I was Joe's GA at Notre Dame, and it's held true every single year that the best offensive line has the best teams, and the data's there to prove it. There's a quarterback issue right now in the NFL with a bunch of guys playing that were not starters week one. I'll put it that way. And I saw a reporter from NFL Network say last night that kind of went a different route, said there's an offensive line issue in the NFL getting these quarterbacks hurt, and he went to the lack of time teams have now compared to how they used to. And here's the problem. Yeah. It ain't the offensive linemen. It's those dudes that are trying to block. I'm telling you. That's where it's changed. Defensive linemen in the major conferences, in particular the SEC, are different human beings. They are Tyrannosaurus Rexes out there, just like in Jurassic Park, running around blowing things up. These guys are unbelievable with what they can do. And who's going to block Joey Bosa? Yeah. Who? Nobody. Yeah. You got to grab him. You got to tackle him and hold on to him. It's your only chance. It's the defensive lines. They are just unbelievable. The offensive line, you got to find 5 of them, and you better have probably 8 of them to get through the year in the NFL. And in college, it's even tougher, even though you can have more on your roster. But, the depth at offensive line forever in this era of the 85 scholarships has been an issue. And that's the one position where the walk-ons have been huge for offensive line. You can find big, underdeveloped walk-ons on offensive line, and they basically develop for 3 years, and you can get 1 or 2 years out of them. And if they can be even a backup, those guys are a commodity now. Your walk-on program has to have 20 to 25 guys that can contribute in college football. They are very, very important, particularly if you can get guys up on the offensive line. I mean, it's just always going to be tough, always has been tough for East Carolina to get in quality offensive linemen. You've really got to train them, coach them, which is why Steve Shankweiler's a legend around these parts. But when you were here, you had one of the best D-lines in ECU football history. So what was how much did your guys help the O-line we had at the time? Willie Smith. Willie, we couldn't get him on the field. Started on your side of the ball, right? Yeah. We loved him. We recruited him as an offensive lineman. As a defensive lineman. We loved him. And, Skip had to make the tough conversation. He wanted no part of it. We were like, you can be a millionaire. You really have a chance to do that. And lo and behold, he makes it to the NFL by just moving to the other side of the ball, and he can play tackle. And those guys that are really good tackles, but not elite tackles, if they're athletic enough and tough enough, they can move them into guard at the pro level. And, it's still the development program and how you're going to monitor it and how you're going to use your resources in taking people that are athletic, that are long, that are tall. They've got arm's length. They like the weight room. They show up every day. They get in shape, which makes them more durable. And you have to develop linemen. If they're coming in to a program that needs to develop players and they're playing early, you've got a problem.
Right.
The kid's got to be here 2 years before you really want him to be a starter. It is just too hard to block those guys. Even in the AAC, we never had D lines that weren't good that we played against here. We always everybody had a good defensive line.
Greg Hudson here inside the Pirate Radio studios, and we'll talk more about those days. How much do you enjoy watching football in 2023? Do you still get enjoyment out of it?
I do. I like watching college football, and I like watching some pro football if I like the announcer.
Okay.
That knows what they're talking about. Because when I watch film on a TV, it's sort of similar to the very few times that I've actually watched it from a press box. And my eyes are trained where I can see all 22 out there. I can see 22 and the guy holding the sticks on the side. Just your eyes trained to that. So I watch the game a little bit different and I get more into watching things on situation. I end up talking to myself, they're going to run a draw here. I want to call this right here. And if they do it and they stop it, I'm like, okay, I might still know something. Most of the time, I don't.
I know you said you like Collinsworth. You can tell he does his homework. Who else?
Well, he was a Bengal, so maybe I'm biased. But listen, I know how much film those guys watch. I mean, he watches a lot of film, and those guys study a ton to be prepared for those games. I don't know how Herb Street's doing it and going back and forth on days from pro to college. The guys that are in his ear do a great job. I mean, they give him a lot of information. Now, with Pro Football Focus and the way things are with the computer programs and the information you can get, that does help. They don't have to watch it and write it down themselves. But I think those guys do a good job. People complain about them usually just don't like the sound of their voice. Or they have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, I told you that Collinsworth.
You don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Oh, that is true. That is 100% true. But Collinsworth, he gets a little whiny sometimes. But what he's saying, I like. I'm a Collinsworth fan. I like listening to him.
Yeah, I do. And those guys put a lot of work in. It's not just show up and talk about the game. You've got to be engaged and you got to know what you're talking about. Just like radio, like you.
Yeah, and boy, am I engaged and prepared today, right? I got all my notes right here, Coach.
But those notes say Friday on it.
Greg Hudson here in the Pirate Radio studios. All right, we'll get to some questions from... Here's a question for me. Coach, I made my first lasagna over the weekend. Tyler asking, did you use ricotta? Is it ricotta? Or cottage cheese? I used ricotta.
He used an oven, and he said he made it with Stouffer's.
No.
425 for 2.5 hours.
No, Coach. Made my first lasagna. It was good, man. It was. I tell you what, it was great the next day. Leftover lasagna.
Did you bring any in?
I did not.
You ate it.
I will next time. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Got a question for Coach Hud. You can get that in. More to go. Pirate Radio Live. We'll open up 40 bowls in 14 days. We'll have Greg Hudson pick a bowl game. I'll find one where he has coached the team in the past. We'll pick one of those. When we return, Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. Back with you after this.
How many special people change? How many lives are living strange? Where were you while we were getting high?
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street's famous weekday lunch specials are only $7.99. Stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and a drink on the patio. Join Down on Main Street every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
Hey you, you, have you heard? Greenville Auto World is under new ownership and is now part of the DriveHereNow.com network. DriveHereNow.com is run by local people who buy, service, detail, and sell everything directly to you. Greenville Auto World is now the 5th dealership to join the DriveHereNow.com network. Get car shopping today at DriveHereNow.com and choose a location near you. DriveHereNow.com, serving Eastern North Carolina for over 47 years and proud supporter of the Pirates.
Make your holiday shopping a slam dunk this season with a gift certificate from Beauty Bar MediSpa and receive a free gift. Or put the ball in your court by shopping our 12 Days of Christmas flash sales, December 7th through the 22nd. 12 days, 12 different sales, offering tremendous savings on all Beauty Bar MediSpa services and products, such as Botox, filler, laser treatments, RF microneedling, facials, hair removal, and more. There's something for everyone at Beauty Bar MediSpa. The shot clock is running on your time to shop. Gift wrapping and shipping are available. BeautyBarMediSpa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville.
Turkey, ham, bacon, these and other meats are great around the holidays and every other day, but they all leave behind grease when you cook them, and grease is a real pain in the drain. When you pour grease down a drain, it cools and can clog sewer lines. That can lead to sewer spills, which are messy, bad for the environment, and can also be expensive. Never pour grease down the drain. Instead, collect it in a container like a used soup can or jar. Let it cool and throw it away in the trash. Together, we can protect our sewer system and the environment. For more information, go to GUC.com.
You've had your new computer a few years now, but lately it's been running super slow, acting strange, and you're worried about viruses and losing data.
This is driving me mad!
Let the experts at University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern professionally diagnose your Mac or PC to see what's really going on. They'll determine the root cause and not just symptoms, so you don't waste money fixing the wrong issues. Call 252-558-1280 for in-store or remote service, or make an appointment online at universitypccare.com.
Hi, I'm Walker Allen Volova, and I'm with CopyPro. CopyPro has been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology. Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total satisfaction is our #1 priority. We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net. CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers, or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
The best place to go before hitting the water is Pirate Waters Outfitter in Washington. This is Captain Bo Brooks, and at Pirate Waters Outfitters, we are the best specialty store in Eastern North Carolina for fly fishing with the best rods and reels. We have a custom rod and net builder right on site, Camacho Rod Works. Look your best with some of our new outdoor apparel. Everything you need to chase fish on the fly is at Pirate Waters Outfitter on Market Street, right next door to Breaking Bread. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. We are Pirate Waters Outfitters.
Pirate Radio.
Being a part of the program, being a student athlete at ECU, they are going to be very much in the spotlight.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street's famous weekday lunch specials are only $7.99. Stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and drinks on the patio. And you can join Down on Main every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 p.m. to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you on Pirate Radio Live. Coach Hud, Greg Hudson. I want to play a game, Coach, where either we go down your Rolodex or go down your photos and just tell stories. Because you were showing me some awesome ones before. Tell us why you were talking on the sidelines with Bon Jovi.
He wanted me to play in his band.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He heard.
Did you turn him down?
Yeah, I was going to play air guitar. I was going to sing with him. No. Just by happenstance, his son, Jesse, was a walk-on on the team. And when I got named the coordinator, I had never met John, my friend. No, I'm just kidding. Bon Jovi.
I call him John.
You know, John. And he came up on the sidelines early before even warm-up started. Gave me a hug, was just, hey, congratulations. And he just was the nicest guy. And I told you, I caught myself staring at the guy. I was like, golly, this guy is good looking. I was like, oh,
you got starstruck.
I was like, whoa. And he took his hat off. And I was like, oh, it gets worse. He's got great hair.
Man.
No wrinkles.
That reminds me of a question I've been wanting to ask you. When's the last time you had hair?
7th grade.
So you went shave. But on the pictures, did you have hair at Notre Dame? Or did you shave? Okay, you did.
No, I started shaving my head probably 2000.
Okay.
I was at UC. Yeah, I can remember that. Yeah. You know what? That's funny. I showed you that picture of Goldberg.
Yeah.
He was popular then.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that looks pretty good. I might as well.
You had him and Stone Cold.
I just shaved it and went to the goatee. I haven't changed since.
Yeah. Hey, it works for you, man. It works for you.
You ought to do it.
Nah. I'm going to keep this as long as I can.
Get you.
Let's see if you have the same reaction you had with Bon Jovi. Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
The gray. He is gray.
Classy.
It is long. I would go old Blake Shelton mullet if I were you right now.
All right. I feel like I'm working on it.
Mullet. And block it like Joe Dirt in the front.
I'll run that by the wife. Said Greg Hudson said it, so it must be true. All right, Coach Hud is here. Let's throw in a 40 bowls in 14 days. We were talking, Shirley, when Coach Hud was on with Bailey about how intimidating he was, and mentioned his motorcycle, and you were talking about Jeff Charles, the late great voice.
He was awesome
of the Pirates. And
every Friday was great to get to spend time with him.
Yeah, and the love for the motorcycles that y'all had. But I got to thinking, what kind of music, and maybe you're into, I don't know, what kind of music are you into?
Multiple genres.
Yeah.
I
could see you at some point maybe blasting some Metallica, though.
Totally.
Okay, good. All right.
Now, I will tell you, there was a playlist when I got on the bike before I dropped a hammer and took off, and it was Motley Crue.
Okay.
As loud as I could stand it.
Yeah.
And
makes sense.
Some Van Halen all the way back to the original album. Even Van Hagar I like.
I was going to say, David Lee Roth, or?
Oh, David Lee Roth,
of course.
All the way.
Yeah.
Great concert.
All right. Well, we'll get to some of your best concerts in a moment. But Shirley, hit 40 bowls in 14 days, the new one I made today.
40 bowls in 14 days.
Oh, it's quite biblical.
14 days.
This is the intro for all of them.
14 days. Oh, my goodness. 40 bowls in 14 days. 14 days.
Hey, there's not too many bowl games
days.
either.
40 bowls
we'll talk about
14 days. 14.
Hush, Greggy Hudson, don't say a word. And never mind that noise you heard.
It's 40 bowls in 14 days.
Man.
How can we watch all these games?
Hey.
40 bowls.
This is really
14 days.
I spent a lot of time on this, Coach.
Take my hand.
I thought they could fix your voice a little bit.
40 bowls.
You guys got ripped off on this sound system. Where's the echo?
This is Headfield.
Take
man.
my hand. We're about
about to watch some bowl games, man.
All right. 40 bowls in 14 days.
You know what happened for Enter the Sandman when we played them up there in 06? Was it 06 or 07?
Season opener.
We had the opener, and game day was there and all that. So Skip's getting after him pregame, and I'm standing there next to Todd Fitch, and I go, oh, man, I hit him. I took off. I left. I'm like, I got to see Enter the Sandman.
You're a fan of nothing else.
I ran down. I was on the sideline during the pregame speech. It was awesome.
That's cool. How about the following year, Coach, in Charlotte?
Oh,
you guys knocking them off.
Man, that
TJ Lee, block punt.
I'll tell you what. Recruiting him out of Bakersfield Community College was the best recruiting trip I took for that season.
It paid off.
Absolutely.
All right, Coach Hud, your game. I wanted to give you a game that means something to you. Let's go with the Golden Domers.
Oh,
Notre Dame versus Oregon State in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl in El Paso. At let's see, you guys had a memorable one in El Paso too. The Miracle in the Mine Shaft, where you guys won in overtime. And a wild one
against Oregon.
ECU.
Oh, I wasn't there.
And UTEP. Yes, you were.
Oh!
I'm talking ECU and UTEP.
Oh, that was 07.
Yeah.
It is the greatest fake Hail Mary ever.
Rob Cass bullet Hail Mary.
He fooled me. He was doing the shuffle and looking up and got ready, and all of a sudden I'm watching for the ball, and he threw a seed that hit somebody in the chest.
I think it was Crowell, Jawan Crowell.
The defense is standing there looking. All of a sudden, this guy's got the ball.
It was, Cass had zero touch. All he had was
the heater.
Speed.
Give him the heater.
And he gave him the Ricky.
Oh, man.
Give him the heater. All right, let's get back to the bowl game. Notre Dame, Oregon State in the Sun Bowl. Coach Hud, you can't pick against Notre Dame, can you?
Well, now when there's a interim coach on the other side. Wait, I think they named a guy that head coach, didn't they? They named one of their coaches to take over. Go ahead and Google that. Real
Oregon State head coach.
Where's the producer in your ear giving you some intel? Oh, they're sleeping.
Chandler, help me out. Let's see. Jonathan Smith left. Oregon State promotes Trent Bray to replace.
They got it. They'll make it interesting then. I'm still going with the Irish.
All right. I wonder if DJ
I'm going straight up on that too. I know I'm not a spread person, even though I've been. It's amazing how many people give you a call.
Oh yeah.
What do they nonchalantly will ask, about the spread, like I'm paying attention to it.
You talked to so and so. Did he? What's his name? Practice this week?
I did have a guy ask me about Notre Dame Louisville, and I said, I don't care what the spread is. Do not bet against Jeff Brom, the head coach at Louisville. Do not. I would never. I would not even bet on that game if he's calling the plays on the other side. No.
They had a hell of a year this year. All right, let's see. We had a question for Hud. Jamie wanted to know any good stories about playing for Lou Holtz. And did you guys make fun of his, did you
not really. No way. Not to his face.
Not to his face, yeah.
No way. There are some folklore Coach Holtz impersonations from back in the day. Now, he went from being a famous head coach to a TV personality to, this generation really doesn't, know the guys from that time. But what was it like playing for him? It was really good. And, he did things the right way. It was a man that cared about the university. He cared about the players. He wanted the best for us. He fought to get us treated the best. And, he really taught us about winning. He taught us about team building. He taught us about togetherness. And it wasn't just lip service. It was consistently talked about with us. He just had a knack for preparation. And then I was fortunate enough to work for him on the staff in '93. And I got to see a completely different side of the coin. And that's when I really knew how much he cared about the university and Notre Dame and the players, and he just had a knack for motivating everybody, from the people that worked in the front office to the team, the staff. Everybody was motivated. You were the most important person in the room when he was talking to you, and when he was up there speaking, you felt like he was talking to you. And you can tell how well somebody has presented you with something because every guy I played with, we can remember just about every single thing over and over again that he talked to us about the team, the love, the trust, the commitment, the belief, the 7 areas of what it takes to win, which that plan was used here. The 7 areas, it is infallible. It's undefeated if you follow the plan. And he really taught us about togetherness. It's amazing when you take, Coach taught us that what you can accomplish when you have toughness and togetherness. And that's what we had. And we wanted to play well for our school. And you know what? That's another thing. We had this thing called the Notre Dame experience during camp. And Skip did it here. And the coaches and the staff members and stuff during camp, each night somebody would give a presentation on a specific history or item about the university. And it gave our guys a sense of pride into learning about the school and having an appreciation for the founders and what the school was founded on, what its core values were and what its beliefs were. And I think you got to have equity in your love for your school if you're going to go out and represent it. And that was driven home to us.
Can you still have that today, even if guys are only at a school for 1 year? Can you get the buy-in for that 1 year? Or is it totally different now?
It's different.
Yeah.
It is different. I mean, really? I mean, how close do your teams get when you were, your summer baseball league? These travel teams.
Right.
Or AAU
basketball.
That's
a good comparison.
You look at a guy in basketball, where did he play? Well, the first thing they're going to show is the 4 AAU teams he played for in 2 years. So there's a lot of that. That is concerning.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I love about the Joe Moore Award because it's an award for the whole unit. It's the only award that is not for the individual player, and that's about togetherness.
When did you? We got a question about Skip. Did you play? Was Skip on the team?
Yeah, in '87.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, '86. Yeah, Coach's first year. Skip was there. I was there when he roughed the punter.
What was that? What game was that?
Not a big one. USC.
Just another Saturday. No big deal.
Coach snagged him up after the punt, and he said, "What are you doing?" And Skip said, "Didn't you see it?"
Yikes. Go to your room. So John says, do you have any good untold Skip Holtz stories?
Oh. Yeah, I can't say them.
But they're going to remain untold?
They will stay exactly where they are.
That's unfortunate. What was similarities and differences working with and playing for Lou and then working with
That's a good question, and that's an easy answer because I've been asked that before. Skip did a great job of taking what he learned from his dad and some other coaches as far as philosophy, and he blended it with his personality. And that's been the downfall of many young head coaches that don't succeed is they try to emulate, impersonate, the guy that they worked under and became from. It is not a good idea to try to be like Nick Saban, but you can use his philosophies.
Right.
But Kirby Smart is Kirby Smart. That's why he's successful. He has implemented what he learned in other areas, and don't just stick to that. Keep learning. Skip kept learning. And Coach Holtz did too. Even we had a lot of people visit from other schools, learning and stuff like that. And but Skip was fantastic at taking his personality is. If there's somebody that has a better attitude and personality, I want to meet him.
Had a good sense of humor,
And if Skip has an enemy, I want to meet that person. He must be a bad dude.
That's on him.
But that's what he did.
Jamie says, can Notre Dame win a championship today with their academic standards?
Well, yeah. I mean, if they have good enough players, the academic standards haven't changed. They were the same when the other championships were won. And, to me, that's an excuse. They've bought into the collective arena. They're, for years, Notre Dame never took transfers or junior college transfers. They've taken one junior college transfer, and they've taken 2 non-qualifiers in 1986, and they've never done anything like that. Now, they've allowed more transfers who are in great academic standing or grad transfers, as long as that curriculum was available. But now they are taking the one and dones like the Sam Hartman. So yes, they can win a championship, and I think it's great that they sustained. They're not changing. They are not changing.
Was that part of the Catholics versus convicts story? The non-qualifier, was it a quarterback?
No,
I'm trying to remember. Okay,
no, that was for some alleged behavior things of the guys at Miami.
No. I'm talking about the player or one of the non-qualifiers. Was he around that era? It clicked in my brain that might have been part of the story. Was it Rice?
It wasn't part. Tony was. Yeah, it wasn't part of the story.
Okay, all right. Redbeard says HUD needs a Pirate Radio podcast. He does, with all of the
I am
with
expensive.
the Rolodex.
It costs me a lot.
Going to be the problem.
I need a collective.
The HUD collective, and maybe we can get enough for him to. I mean, he's got a million. Who
you had me when I was free?
Who is the top 3 interviews you would have in your phone right now? Like I said Rocket Ismail. He said, "All right, done." Who is that? Hannah Storm. Easy. Like who? You got everybody.
They're not easy. And they're busy. But if I told him it was you,
right.
And we
Smokey.
We sent your bio.
Yeah.
It would be easy.
Send that song that I made for you, and they'll be right, ready to go. Let's get another break in. We'll come back. More Coach HUD stories and more when we return. Pirate Radio Live. We got to open up the treasure chest coming up in hour number 3. Still a lot of great prizes, including $100 straight cash from Sparky Snowballs, $100 gift card to Chico's, $100 gift card to Jersey Mike's. We got a ton to give away, and we'll make you a winner in hour number 3. Got a little Bon Jovi.
I'll take straight cash for the podcast.
All right. Well, maybe if you're caller number 12.
It's $100 a minute.
Back with you. The first ever 5-minute podcast with Greg Hudson. Back with you after this.
I'll take it.
I got an old coat for a pillow. In the earth was last night's bed. Don't know where I'm going.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Parker Bird, number 16 for your ECU Pirates. And with the holidays approaching, I want to let everyone know that my Still I Rise t-shirts are in stock at Shimmer Boutique. We are excited to announce that adult and youth sizes are now available. Visit Shimmer today on Greenville Boulevard or message them on their Facebook or Instagram page if you live out of town. Thank you for your support, go Pirates, and happy holidays.
There's nothing like tailgating, touchdowns, and Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth and tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Cool, refreshing, and a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
This is Talbot Green with Integrity Home Mortgage. Our team would like to take a moment to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. If your goal next year is to purchase a new home or refinance, give us a call. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260.
Braxton Green, NMLS 222-3878. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender, NMLS 208516.
Let me show you what goes on behind the scenes when making a Shaq-a-Roni.
Bust.
We created Shaq-a-Roni my way, an extra large pizza topped with extra cheese and extra pepperoni. It's a simple recipe. We take everything you love, then we build it bigger. Pizza gets bigger when you Shaq-a-Roni.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates.
Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you can save an average of $889 per year. Hi, I'm State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer, and I'm ready to help you combine your home and auto and save in Greenville, North Carolina. Call 493-0002 today to get started on your personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Jimmy John's has great taste wrapped up. All your favorite Jimmy John's sandwiches are now available as a wrap. Enjoy all natural meats, cheeses, and hand-sliced veggies, bundled into a convenient grab-and-go wrap that's made when you order it. Top it off with sensational sides, including new home-style potato salad and bow tie pasta salad. Grab your taste buds around Jimmy John's new wraps. And don't forget their loyalty app with a free sandwich after your first visit. Jimmy John's in Greenville and Wilson and online at jimmyjohns.com.
With the holidays approaching and a new year right around the corner, now is the perfect time for a review of your home, auto, and life insurance with a trusted and experienced agent. This is Brandon Manning with Farm Bureau Insurance. Call me today and let me provide you a free quote that could save you money. My clients always have my cell phone number, and I'm available before and after business hours to meet with them. Call me at 531-1812 to schedule a review and get a free quote for the new year. Merry Christmas and have a happy new year.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear is your one-stop shop to help promote your business and always provide superior customer service. No matter what apparel you need for your team or customers, University Sportswear can make it happen. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. University Sportswear, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Go Pirates!
This is Dale Murphy, two-time National League MVP and number 3 with the Atlanta Braves. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Order Jersey Mike subs on the mobile app and get delivery right to your home, or save time and order ahead to skip the line to pick up from your nearest Jersey Mike sub location. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right, just saw from Name Redacted's website that ECU and Boise State are canceling their football series. So
that's too much jet fuel to get here.
And they've added Campbell to the 2025 schedule. That was just put out on our social media just a few minutes ago.
ECU adds Campbell. Yeah.
Doozy.
Yeah, that coming from FBS Schedules, fbschedules.com. So Campbell's added. All right. So the Boise games were Camels. Easy enough. Man. Yeah. Not a fan of that one.
How play against the team called the Camels?
How? And this is a AD question, I guess. I mean, you coaches didn't have much say in who you schedule, right? Or I guess at big places you probably do. It depends on where you are.
There's only one. We didn't care, except for one. And I said, I'm never coaching against them again. Navy.
Yeah. Well, now they were they a conference opponent when y'all?
They fixed the blocking. I mean, you could stop the option. That's why they're struggling now. They can't blow your knee out.
Right.
I mean, we lost. It was a big D lineman we had. We played him as young kids too. We played Marcus
Hands.
Marcus Hands. He went down, and somebody else went down, and we lost. You know, we had to turn around and play. Jeez, no, we played. No, that was 07 we opened up with them. That's the only one I was like, Coach Holland, what are we doing? I got to think about that all summer too. It was the opener,
right?
So that's where Coach Old Senior came in and met with us on defense one time in the summer, and in the spring actually, and he suggested we should put some stuff in. So I said, okay. So I put it in and I named all those defenses after him. And he said, well, you didn't have to do that. I'm like, well, in case they didn't work, I wanted to blame you.
Well, now we still have that problem because they're in the league and Army is joining, which they are. Oh,
man.
They're a little different, I guess. But
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Headache.
Oh, it's brutal. It's just annoying. It really is. I love the military, except when you got to defend them.
Exactly. Well said. Let's see. So that would be, what year was that, Shirley? Did you
we played them?
No, I'm talking about this Campbell game we got coming up. Campbell 2025.
Yeah, what were you asking?
That was what I was asking.
Oh, okay.
That same year at NC State, at Marshall, BYU at home. Okay, not terrible. I like that schedule. You get an ACC team, you get a regional team,
and you get a group of 27-year-olds.
Is that okay? Can you play against them?
Yeah, they're older than some of the coaches.
We've had some fun ones against BYU so far. And
did you play out there? Did you guys go out there?
Wait, now who?
Did ECU go out
there?
Yeah. How about that?
We had a wild one out there. We've had two wild ones out there.
How about the scenery around that stadium?
Yeah.
Man, it was beautiful.
Well, Coach, they locked me here in studio on game day, so I'll never get to go anywhere.
You couldn't smoke on the plane.
I don't think you can smoke in Provo either, right?
Probably not.
That's why I refuse to go. Like, what do you want me to do? Take candy cigarettes? Vape? No way, man.
Blasphemer.
All right, Coach, we got a few minutes left to go.
That's it?
That is it. I mean, you can hang around as long as you want.
Nah.
Eric says, Clip, will you ask Coach Hudson to give Chad an impassioned speech to help him secure a treasure chest win? I do want to ask about messaging and how
treasure chest win.
So we open up the treasure chest in hour 3. We got a guy who really needs to win. But as far as keeping
lose,
keeping the message
you're fired. You can't
fresh,
come on the show again.
You don't want to say the same stuff to your guys over and over, or do you? I don't know. How did you handle it as a motivator to go along with the coaching?
Flavor of the week. Always just, it comes to the staff and the coaches and what's going on currently. Another thing Coach Holtz Sr. had and Skip talked about is, there's going to be 3 crises during the season. They're going to happen. We're going to have 3 crises that we're going to have to overcome during the season. So there was always something and if there wasn't a crisis, Coach Holtz would create one and rally the troops around it. But there was always an item about the game, about the time of the year, about what's going on, about the history of the game. There's plenty. No, there's no retreads on anything. And sometimes, there's too much. There's not. You don't have to say a lot. We didn't have to do a lot of motivating before we beat West Virginia.
Right.
I'm telling you, something was going on that day that was just different. I mean,
we still talk about it.
There's a time, and there's been very few times. There was one other time was the Tulsa championship when, something happened on the sideline in between the third and fourth quarter, and when I just was like, these guys get it. And there was something going on. The kids took control. They really did. I mean, we called, I'm not kidding you, when we were in base defense, I think we made 3 defensive calls. We blitzed 1 time. And Jeremy Chambliss knocked the living tar out of somebody over on, not that I remember, it was on their sideline. It was tight wax cover 1. And we didn't blitz. Now, in third down, we played a lot of our 3-down junk defense, which is what the kids loved. It was a lot of fun, but we didn't do anything special because we didn't have to, because we had Jay Ross, Khalif Mitchell, C.J. Wilson, Josh Smith, Zach Slate, madder than hell going after those guys. And we had a hell of a plan that we worked on in the spring for
West Virginia.
For West Virginia, we played a particular style of defense that day. We played our base defense. We just changed our keys up a little bit, and actually before the game, Todd Blackledge asked me, "Is there anything you're going to do different?" I said, "Come here, I'll tell you something." We walked into the room, in the defense room, and I showed him 2 defenses. I showed him how we were going to key. And he's like, "Seriously?" I said, "Yeah." And after the game, he said, "It worked."
What was it like coaching Josh Smith?
Awesome. Josh Smith, this is
he's a nut job.
Josh Smith, I love Josh Smith.
He's awesome.
I love them all. Josh Smith, one time his alarm didn't go off or something. And no, his car wouldn't start. He was in an apartment complex way down Charles Boulevard. He was way down. He ran all the way here.
Wow.
I mean,
like Willie Mays Hayes in Major League.
Oh, it was the funniest thing. That guy, He had a motor. Well, we had Linville. I mean, I forgot. How do you forget Linville Joseph? And I think, yeah, that was the first year he had lost the 70 pounds like I have. And we just turned those guys loose. And we really did. It was a lot of fun.
That defense was awesome, and some really fun days here. And that Tulsa championship, they had, 7 turnovers or something?
7.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all were scoring more than the offense?
We didn't do a lot in that game. I mean, we had a couple wrinkles in that we did, but we just kept it simple and kept changing the call. And the guys, I'll tell you what, during the in between the third and fourth quarter, we came over. We were sort of getting our wind on defense. We were sitting there, and the guys were just sitting on the bench, and it was Nick and Pierre were just sitting there, and Josh. It just got real quiet, and I was just looking at them. And I just remember Pierre looking up, and he just sort of shook his head. He goes, "We get it." It was like it clicked. He was like, "We get it," And I don't know if I really didn't coach that much during the games. Really didn't.
Well, those were veteran teams too, right? I mean, you had spent a lot of time and hours with those guys.
We put a lot of trust in them early. I mean, Donnie Thompson, he brought it up after I think we played. After the Duke, no, it was the second year. It was when we had played early against somebody, and Donnie Thompson said, "Man, let's play these young guys, Marcus Hand and Jay Ross." And it was when we went to West Virginia the first time, and we were supposed to get blown out, and we had them in the fourth quarter, like 23-19. We lost. We played all those young guys for the first time, and put a defense in that we added during the week to make it even simpler. And we just let them go.
Yeah. Tyler says the Conference USA Championship game against Houston was fun too. How much fun was that? Where they throw for 500 yards, but yet you still have
We said both games they are going to throw for a lot of passing yards. And Emmanuel Davis was the beauty. We kept telling him that little 8-yard hitch route is not going to beat you. It is not going to beat you if you tackle him right there.
Mm-hmm.
We were making tackles on little short routes. The guys were yelling to him, "This is not going to beat us." They were yelling over to what's his name, the court. "This ain't going to beat us."
Keenum
ain't going to beat us. And they just kept getting yards and yards and yards. But they ran the ball 31 times for 28 yards. Now, those teams, if they rushed for under 150 yards, didn't win. And both teams, Tulsa, if they didn't run for 170 yards, didn't win. And we kept them under that, and we won.
Shirley, before Coach Hud goes, see if you can find
my check. My check.
Yeah, look for the
check.
Direct
deposit?
I think that's what it is. But there's a holiday coming up. It might be after the New Year. Yeah. Okay. See if you can find ECU beats Houston, the Conference USA, because I want to hear Ron Franklin's call and the crowd pop when Travis Simmons tips it to Van Eskridge. One of my favorite calls ever. And
mine too.
And I bet
it was blue. That was our coverage.
There you go. We'll see if we can find that before we go. All right, Coach Hud. Thoughts on the playoff? How'd they do? Did they get the right 4 teams?
No. They got it wrong. They should have never put Georgia at number 6.
That's your issue?
That was a screw up. They're not the number 6 team in the country.
What about the Knowles?
No, they're not. They're not one of the best 4.
Man.
They're making decisions with their heart. And there's another thing, Harvey McKay in the business world: follow your heart, die of heart disease.
That's a good one.
No, hey, in athletics and college football, people don't care about your feelings.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's not intramurals, brother.
Isn't it? Yeah, Dan Hawkins.
Dan Hawkins
said that.
He's in the Rolodex.
What's he doing now?
He was back at his alma mater, UC Davis, and he's winning and having a blast. And he just retired.
Go play intramurals, brother.
Hey, the Final Four ain't intramurals. Who are you going to pick at the play? That's it. The playground mentality. I learned that from Glenn Mason. If you're going to pick somebody, take the playground mentality. You got the kickball. You're getting ready to play wiffle ball. Who you picking?
All right.
You picking Alabama, or you picking Florida State at the playground? Who you want on your team?
Roll Tide.
Hell yeah, number 4, baby.
Who wins it? Do you like Michigan this year? Does Harbaugh have a happy ending to a wild year for him?
The worst thing to happen to them was the committee get it right, and they got to play that Bo Jackson at quarterback guy.
You like Milroe?
Oh, yeah. Love him. Nick just sits back. He's like Darth Vader. He's like, every time something happens, he's like, I am your father. Kirby, I am your father. He just sits back and he keeps doing what he does. And like Coach Holt said, never deviate from the plan.
Yeah.
And he doesn't. He sticks to it. And make no mistake about it, though, there's some dudes that can play some serious football on that roster. All four of them.
Do we get a Texas-Alabama rematch maybe for a championship?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I like Sark. Steve Sarkisian is a great human being. He's a great guy. And that'd be neat.
Shirley, I think I can play it off this computer if you never located it. You want me to try it?
Yeah, because I can't preview on this side, and I don't know which one of these is it.
All right. Here we go. Let's do it right here.
Look how deep he is. 8 yards deep.
Oh, he intercepted it? Okay, I've got it.
Man.
Look at that look. You know what he's thinking right there? You know what, Kevin? Someone's thinking right there, why did I go for it that early?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
All right, let me see if this is it.
Ron Franklin, legendary voice too. Yeah, there you go.
That's why we played so deep, just in case they just took a shot. We were covered. We were going to bleed to death.
Right now, Houston down 6 has got 50 seconds left in the ball game. Looking, going to go long for the end zone, and the ball is bounced and intercepted.
Crowd pop.
Eskridge.
Man, chills. Eskridge.
For the next show, you'll have to ask me about the real story of Dead Man Flop in the Tulsa game.
Okay, because I know you would never
ever
coach your guys to do
But
it.
if I did, we would practice it. And it would not look like Fred Sanford having a heart attack.
The big one.
That's the main concern. That a hamstring injury could look like a heart attack. Therefore,
they're football players, not actors.
There were
Coach.
certain candidates that were immediately eliminated.
That's hilarious. All right, yeah, we'll get into that. We got to run, though. Coach.
Hey.
That was fun, man.
Yeah, it's like old times.
We'll get your check, too.
I didn't get emphysema.
No, you're good. No, you're all good. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Hour 2, Pirate Radio Live. Thank you, Coach Hud.
Yeah,
and
got it.
We'll roll on after this.
It's back. The annual Pirate Radio Holiday Treasure Chest is back. Tune into Pirate Radio Live weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. and you could win this.
A Twisted Tea patio umbrella, cooler, and prizes packaged from the Boston Beer Company. A $100 gift card to Jersey Mike's. Or a gift basket including gift cards from The Buck, BT's, King Max, and an NFL jersey.
It's going to be a December to remember on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in eastern North Carolina. Open 7 days a week with live music. Every Monday, open mic night. Tuesday, karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday, acoustic night. Thursday night, line dancing and music from DJ Dog. On Friday and Saturday night, enjoy the best local bands in the area. And don't forget, Sunday Fun Day during football season with NFL jersey giveaways and more. Check out Facebook and Instagram for all up-to-date info. Y'all come get bucked up. Go Pirates!
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
North Carolina State Parks invites you to enjoy camping your way. With the weather changing, booking your own cabin is the perfect solution for your camping getaway. Reserve campsites or cabins today at Jones Lake, Goose Creek, and Cliffs of the Neuse. Whether you enjoy traditional camping or air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi, your next adventure can include hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. For information on booking a cabin, visit ncparks.gov.
Get holiday shopping done today at Naughty Life in downtown Washington. This is Gina from Naughty Life, and our store is stocked with the best gifts for your family and friends. Need a new Yeti cup or cooler? Then you can find it here at Naughty Life. Looking for some jewelry, sunglasses, or cool new apparel? Come to Naughty Life today. Also remember, we offer free gift wrapping and great customer service that will help you find a gift for the hard-to-buy person. Enjoy less holiday stress and more fun at Naughty Life on Main Street in downtown Washington.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of Pip Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 five-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growatpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. Pip, where business goes to grow.
Nothing freshens up a space like a new coat of paint. And no one east of Raleigh makes painting easier than CertaPro. Residential or commercial, inside and outside, CertaPro is your dependable painting experts. CertaPro's concern is about getting your painting done right and making sure you're satisfied. Whether you have a large or small job, professional quality is what you will get. Let us come to your home or business and give you a free quote. CertaPro takes all the worry away from your painting project. Go to CertaPro.com and click on Clayton Greenville. That's CERTAPRO. CertaPro.
It's bow time. 'Tis the season for food and family, but thanks to Bojangles, you don't have to spend hours in the kitchen when loved ones come home for the holidays. Set down the spatula and put away the mixing bowls, because this holiday season, Bojangles is ready to help you celebrate with all your family favorites like Chicken Supreme, Cajun Filet Biscuits, or a big bow box of hand-breaded chicken, scratch-made biscuits, and fixins for the whole family. We'll make the food so you can focus on making memories. Head to Bojangles and gift yourself a taste of home. It's bow time.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Caliber, Eastern North Carolina's premier outdoor shooting sports store for over 60 years. Visit CarolinaCaliberCompany.com to shop today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs, and you can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation, and GUC will match all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, man, fun hour with Coach Hud, Greg Hudson. Chat more with him, hopefully again down the road, because he's got a million stories, and we got to about 5 of them, so we'll have to do that again.
And he does a great job of telling the stories. Like, he's a great storyteller. So, but yeah, great to have Greg Hudson in here. And man, I think of Greg Hudson, I think of that awesome defense, especially that defensive front back in 2008, 2009.
Yeah, and we got an idea. Chandler, you got an idea for a new game?
Yeah.
When Coach Hud is on next time?
Yeah, I'm ready to challenge Coach Hud.
See who can remember more of the players he coached, you or him?
Which, I mean, he's coached plenty of players, so it might be tough for him. And he said he might have to get his son to participate for him, because he said his son remembers scores from when he was younger. So that's pretty impressive.
It is. Boy, as we were talking about that, it came, saw the news from FB Schedules that East Carolina and Boise State have canceled the series. What's your favorite moment of the ECU Boise State series?
Hawaii Bowl.
That's what I'm tweeting about right now.
Yeah. I was really looking forward to East Carolina being on that blue field.
Me too. Just thought it'd be fun, but not super practical. We might as well, I guess, play somebody closer to home. And I don't know. I saw, and I'll get the person here in a moment. Somebody said on Pirate Radio's tweet about that. All I'm saying is Coastal has openings for 26 and 28. I'm down with that.
Absolutely.
From Purple Field to Teal Field.
Teal Field.
That would be a fun series, I think.
Yeah. And once again, just like Boise State, the series is a Pirate victory in a bowl game.
Correct. Jamie says, this was one of those weekends I asked myself, why do I put so much time into sports after 4 losses? But great sports interview with Coach Hudson brought me back.
Wow.
Good to hear. Man, I had a blast Saturday in Minges, East Carolina, South Carolina.
Great crowd.
And my daughter, who does not like sports, doesn't care at all, that was the most engaged she's ever been in an ECU game. And just really had fun. Hate it turned out the way it did.
Yeah, the things that the Pirates could not do happened all in that last minute and a half. Just, turnovers, fouls. But the crowd, I remember specifically Brandon Johnson's 3 to go up by 3. That place erupted. And I mean, I know that place has probably been more packed than it has been before.
Yeah.
But still, it gets loud in Minges Coliseum. And I think that 3 was, late in the second half. And it gave, like I said, I think it gave ECU its first lead of the game. And it was a fun one. I was hoping we would, be celebrating like we were when we beat UNCW a couple weeks ago. But South Carolina was able to escape Greenville with a victory.
Yeah, the first half, just way too many open threes allowed. And South Carolina was draining them.
Yeah, I remember you tweeting about that. I'm already tired of seeing open threes. And they were taking advantage of it. I mean, they were knocking them down.
Yeah, and that cooled off. But then late, the big boy was a Mac.
Yeah.
And the crowd was getting on him about eating a salad.
Eat a salad.
And he buried a 3 and gave him the shush. Oh, man. Play of the day, though, was whoever had the idea of sending a cameo request to Spencer Rattler.
That was good stuff.
To say...
I was not expecting that.
Before the game, hey, Pirates, good luck to you guys. I'm hoping the Pirates can pull one out today.
Good luck in your game.
Yeah. And
go Pirates. as South Carolina was running onto the court.
Just a great idea.
And kudos to Spencer Rattler. He clapped back.
He did. Yeah. I love that, man. I love it all. I love nobody was harmed, like no ill will or whatever, just fun trash talk. And ECU did something funny before the game. And we were very close to winning, and to the victor goes the spoils, but we were not the victors on that day.
By the way, and you know who else was not victors that day? People that bet ECU plus 5.5.
Oh,
what about a bad beat that was?
Oh, the fouls late.
Boy.
Yeah.
I remember leaving 2:13 and going, oh, man, if he nails both of these free throws, there's going to be some upset bettors.
I saw the line 5.5. I guess I left before a couple more free throws or something.
Yeah.
Because I thought we had covered that game. I guess I could have looked at the score for the 30 minutes I was in Lower Minges parking lot trying to leave. But I found me a podcast to listen to. And, I hope if we're going to get, solid opponents in and big crowds, we can figure something out to do with the Lower Minges after games. But, it's part of the deal when you have a crowd.
That game against South Carolina, that was probably the first game all year. You've seen games where R.J. Felton takes over and scores 29, 30 points. We've seen it with Brandon Johnson. He takes control. And Ezra, one game, there was like 4 or 5 Pirates in double figures against South Carolina. So a lot of contribution from a lot of guys on the floor for ECU.
Just not enough. And it was a shame. But we'll be right back at it Thursday night.
Another SEC school.
Live in the Pirate Radio studios for a watch party. Clip Rock, Chandler Honeycutt, Mac McCarthy.
Coach Mac, baby.
What? Coach Mac's going to hang out with us and watch an ECU basketball game?
In 2007, when you were in Section 213, as the Pirates take down NC State, were you thinking that there would be a day where that you would watch a ECU basketball game?
I was like 16 years
Mac?
from now, I'm going to be in a room with that guy watching a game.
I sure didn't think it.
Nah, that was not on my bingo card, so to speak.
I hope he's like Jason Nichols when it comes to like a football watch party where he kind of breaks down things and, you know, what went wrong here, what went right, what should this team have done.
I don't know. I could see him leaving in about 10 minutes after our antics.
I'm going to go, guys.
I got something
We're
else
like
to
doing
do.
a handshake, and as we're doing it, he's leaving. Like we're like, hey, where you going?
Coach Mac's a good sport. He'll be all right.
I'm so excited about this watch party. I went back and watched some that we have done in the past, including the one where Dave Kasaganai knocks down the three. We go crazy. If you were just tuning in, you're probably thinking, man, the Pirates just – what an exciting win for ECU. No, they covered 23.5.
We cut it to 22 with like 5 seconds left.
We were telling them not to shoot it.
No.
no, don't do it.
And he buried it. Let's see. Joey says he needs a salad. Oh, man.
And Joey himself needs a salad?
I don't, because last night I had one from Familia, the chicken Caesar salad. Ooh. That thing was banging. Man.
Yeah.
Chad asking, are we wearing jerseys and shooting sleeves? Yeah, if I can find mine. I need to go make sure.
Your jersey? You don't know where it's at?
I mean, it's somewhere.
Come on, man. I saw mine in the closet over the weekend, and I was like, hey, get ready. It's game day Thursday, baby.
Well, I probably have it. Jamie's requesting you wear the Coach Mac tie.
I know. I have a button up. Wear the button up in the tie.
And give the jersey to Coach Mac.
Yes. Absolutely. Let him rock a Aaliyah.
I don't think that's happening. Tyler wants to know, did you enjoy the liquid Christmas tree cake?
Oh, let's talk about that. And it's funny because that was like one of the random topics of discussion last week on PRL. And I noticed somebody had brought a fancy drink, and I'm always interested when a fancy drink is brought to the table. And I said, well, what is that? I usually don't drink drinks like this. And they were like, it's called the Little Debbie Christmas Tree Cake Martini. And I was like, we have been like craving that all week long.
Mm-hmm.
Even had somebody bring 5 boxes of them. So I try it.
You're not going to say who?
Bo Bats. Bo.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bo Bats, for doing that. I think we're down to the last box.
And by the way, if you want to save some money, some great deals with the coupon book or the little coupon card, you can contact Bo Bats. He's still got some to sell. 714-5485. Call Bobo directly, and he'll get one in your hands.
Yeah, so the drink was delicious. I want to say they still have it going on. So go by there, AJ McMurphy's, and talking about salads earlier, the Santa Fe chicken salad at AJ's is one of the best.
So the drink was good?
Absolutely. I had 2 of them.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Did it taste like a Christmas tree cake?
Yes.
Really?
It tasted like that, and then if you thought maybe, all right, now it kind of maybe tastes like snow cream, like melted snow cream. It's really good.
What kind of alcohol is in it?
Vodka. I don't know what kind of vodka.
Vodka. Could I get it virgin?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe without the vodka. I guess sure.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe the vodka makes the drink. I don't know.
You can just say yes. Or I don't know.
I'll ask him next time.
But you put a lot of thought into it. And I
didn't want to tell you a lie.
Thank you. KC said, I'd rather the band play neck than eat a salad chant. Cringe.
Both are cringe to me.
Yeah, I'm not a big neck guy. What is a Pittsburgh salad?
I feel like I've heard that. I just can't tell you what
Tyler
it is.
said, how about a Pittsburgh salad? Jerry says, love the Pittsburgh salad.
Oh, isn't that like French fries and stuff? I don't know. I have no idea.
Pittsburgh salad. Fries.
Okay, I thought it was fries.
So it looks like a salad with fries. A layered salad composed of lettuce, vegetables, grilled meat, shredded cheese, ranch dressing, and fries.
Fries?
Okay, interesting. I
would eat.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at me.
I don't know how much I like hot fries with cold lettuce. I don't know.
That's a good point.
I don't know if I like that combo.
And maybe like the ranch too. Like I want my ranch to be pretty cold.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can still put cold ranch. I mean, I dip fries in the cold ranch.
I do too.
But there's something about the lettuce and
in the mixture.
Yeah.
Texture.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Also from over the weekend, what's going on with the NFL? Every year's nuts, but this one is more nuts. Have you looked at the AFC standings?
I have not. In fact, I'm going to be honest. This is sad to say, but I'm losing interest overall with the NFL.
I mean, I will never completely lose interest, but I've certainly lost some of the interest I had earlier in the year. All right, so Baltimore's 10-3, Game of the Year nominee with the Ravens and the Rams yesterday. Ravens winning in overtime with a walk-off punt return, which was awesome. Dolphins can tie the Ravens with a win tonight. They are 9-3 and playing on Monday Night Football against the Titans. The Chiefs dropped to 8-5. The Jags dropped to 8-5. The Browns improved to 8-5. So you got 3 teams with 8 wins there. And then it gets super silly because you have 6 teams that are 7-6. Steelers, Colts, Texans, Broncos, Bengals, Bills. And they're all vying for 2 playoff spots. So the next few weeks are going to be amazing in the AFC. And are any of those teams good? I told you the Broncos are going to get hot. And they pretty much blanked the Chargers yesterday. Bills had a must-win situation, and they got it yesterday with some controversy against the Chiefs, although there wasn't much controversy.
There wasn't any. Yeah. I mean, how about Patrick Mahomes, seeing a side of him that we've never seen before?
So I was going to give him a pass because I thought, even though he was going after the officials, he was upset at Tony because this is not the first or second or third or fourth time a receiver has screwed him in these late game situations, specifically Tony. But then, after the game, he's talking about it and blaming the officials. Blame your guy. Your guy did this. Just like your teammate. Mahomes has got to be frustrated. He has done some amazing things in late games this year, and his teammates have not helped him out. So, part of me still thinks he's taking that frustration that he has on his teammates out on something else because he doesn't want to blame his teammates.
He's so frustrated that he's saying some crazy things. Like I saw that he said that play or the play that never happened, it took a toll on Travis Kelce's Hall of Fame career.
Yeah,
what are you talking about, dude?
I think
you're talking crazy, man.
His anger has made him a wacko.
It's like, what are you talking about?
Travis Kelce's not going to get in the Hall of Fame now
because of that.
Which was one of the all-time great NFL plays that Kelce made yesterday.
What a dime he threw to
him,
too.
It was beautiful.
It was and it was great for him.
But yeah, Mahomes lost it. And the Chiefs, I don't know.
They're crumbling.
Yeah. Was it you that had the Ravens or Tony?
Let's see here.
Oh, if you don't remember, I guess it was Tony. Tony liked the Ravens to win the Super Bowl when we had that Super Bowl discussion about a month ago. Joey and I had the Niners.
Yeah.
You're looking at just week 14 picks. pretending like you're doing something.
Yeah, hold on just a second. Just look here. And,
do you remember when we had that discussion?
Which one?
Oh, my God.
What discussion?
Never mind.
I was too busy looking up.
All good. All right. NFC, Niners, and Cowboys. How about the Cowboys, man? Putting it on the Eagles last night. 10-3, those two teams. The Lions have 9 wins. Eagles also 10. But then you've got the Bucks at 6-7. They beat the Falcons yesterday. But there's a 3-way tie. Falcons, Saints, and Bucks are all 6-7. In a dreadful South. The Vikings beat the Raiders 3-0. There was our no touchdown game.
Man.
Dang it.
And you know what? Well, the Vikings almost had a no touchdown score game when they played the Bears. Because I made a call to Virginia for T.J. Hawkinson first touchdown, and he didn't. And I hit it, but he didn't hit it until like 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. That whole game, I'm sitting there thinking, man, this could have been the game. But now the Vikings, a couple weeks later, are actually a part of a no touchdown score game.
Yep, there it is, and
3-0.
I hate I missed out on it. Rams, Packers trying to win tonight to go to 7-6. They play the G-Men on Monday Night Football. Shirley, they're playing the games at both times. Do you know what game we'll have?
Yes, because we could dictate which game we wanted to choose. So guess what game we are airing tonight?
We're going to have Shirley's Dolphins.
You are correct, sir.
But I want Packers-Giants.
Well, you know what? You're not on this side of the glass where I can schedule the satellite, so ha-ha.
But I want Packers and Giants.
You know what? You can catch the Giants anytime you want to on TV. I never get to watch the Dolphins on TV.
What about Mike Mullis? What about Mully? He's a Packers fan.
Yeah, we should.
Well, Mully's going to have to just deal.
We should run the Packers-Giants game, Shirley.
What?
I said we should run the Packers-Giants game.
Yeah, well, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but you ain't.
All right.
Shirley, y'all are favored by 2 touchdowns tonight.
Are they really?
14.
Good God.
And the Packers are 6-point favorites, 6-point road favorites.
That's the great part about, carrying these games on Monday nights. When you have a situation like this where you have 2 games that start at the same time, you can dictate and choose which one you want to air. So I am airing the Dolphins game.
Oh, boy.
Are you going to listen to it on Pirate Radio?
Yes.
And not watch it on TV?
Yes.
Chad is requesting a moment of silence for Frank Wycheck.
Yeah, man.
There you go. R.I.P. to the former tight end.
There goes Dyson. There are no flags on the field.
Eric says cold ranch. I feel like that would be given. What else is there? Warm ranch? Touché.
There's room temperature ranch, which is not very tasty.
Mike P said there's only one reason the Broncos are 7-6, and he's a shock.
Jaquan McMillan. Malik Fleming, Jaquan McMillan. By the way, Malik Fleming declaring for the draft over the weekend.
The NFL draft.
For the draft. But Jaquan McMillan is making plays and making a name for himself.
Tyler says Pat is a big crybaby. They get away with some BS all the time. Kenny says, Shirley, Cowboys in Miami got a big game in 2 weeks. We need to make a bet.
Oh.
Who said that?
Kenny Curlins.
Kenny Curlins. Mr. Cowboy.
Make a bet. What kind of bet are we talking here?
We'll help out with that.
Okay.
I love bets when I'm not involved in them, but where somebody else is.
See, I just have this feeling that there will be some high level of embarrassment involved.
Right.
I'm not quite sure what this could entail.
We'll figure it out. Man, I do not want to talk about fantasy. I've made 1 playoffs out of my 3 leagues. In the other 2 leagues, I lost 4 in a row and only needed to win 1, and then the other one 5 in a row. If I'd have just won one of those in those 2 leagues, I would have been in. So I blew it. Skip said, Chandler, you sound like Pee Wee Herman.
Who said that? Skip?
Skip.
What the hell, Skip?
I don't hear that. I don't hear that at all. But I do hear that we need to take a break. Because coming up next, BB. Brian Bailey. We'll talk about his Cowboys. We'll talk about the Pirates. We'll talk about more. When we return, Pirate Radio Live on a Monday, we got a treasure chest to open up. And we'll run 40 bowls in 14 days with Bailey as well. Break out that Boston tune. Because we have bowl games coming up this weekend. How about that? Take a break, come back. More to go after this.
Holistic Company in downtown Greenville is a family-owned and operated business offering hemp-derived products such as tinctures, topicals, raw flour, skincare products, and more. They even have a drink menu including infused mocktails and frozen lemonade with a variety of flavors to choose from. At the Holistic Company, they pride themselves in offering true education about the hemp plant and its abundant benefits. So stop by 501 Evans Street, just a few doors down from Pirate Radio, to get informed and try the array of products today.
Basketball season is Bud Light season. Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. Whether you're headed to watch a game in person or a viewing party with friends, be sure to pick up or order some Bud Light and enjoy the game. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this basketball season, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game, and please drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
'Tis the season, Pirates. It's Lindsey Gray with Carolina Caliber. Holiday cheer is here along with our biggest sale of the year. The unbeatable Black Friday markdowns are ones you don't want to miss. With the largest selection of firearms and accessories in Eastern NC, you'll find exceptional deals on tons of brands including Springfield, Benelli, Smith & Wesson, Browning, Sig Sauer, Bergara, Henry, Beretta, Ruger, Glock, Federal, Hornady, Winchester, and the list goes on. Come find the perfect gift at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
When you walk through the doors of Villa Verde, you'll experience the sights, sounds, and smells of authentic Dominican flavors. This is Jay from Villa Verde, inviting you to come by and try one of our amazing empanadas, our famous red snappers, grouper bites, seafood paella, Cuban sandwiches, and much, much more. Relax on the patio with a fresh mojito or a cold beer while enjoying one of our out-of-this-world desserts, like our rum pineapple cake or our famous tres leches. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good, and a proud supporter of the Pirate Nation.
Okay, honey, the holidays are almost here. You know we're hosting, right?
Yes, dear.
Did you get those things done that I asked you to do?
Yes, dear.
Really?
Yes, dear.
You cleaned the gutters, pressure washed the driveway, and replaced our HVAC system?
Yes, dear. Doing it right now.
Really? Because it looks like you're sitting in your chair watching football.
I called Delcor. They got us a brand new HVAC unit for just $120 a month.
Wow, $120 a month? That's pretty good.
And for only $30 more a month, we got the Delcor service plan that covers preventative maintenance and repairs, including parts and labor, for 10 years. That's them.
Wow, that is a great deal. Well, the kids and I are going out. Enjoy the game.
Yes, dear.
Visit DelcorInc.com to find out how you can get a new replacement HVAC system for under $120 a month with top-of-the-line manufacturers like Trane. It's hard to stop a train. Go to DelcorInc.com or call Delcor, the service professionals.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or AA.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at AA.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts. Pirates supporting Pirates.
Pirate Radio.
We are Eastern North Carolina's football program. In time, we will be North Carolina's football program.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Carolina Caliber, Eastern North Carolina's premier outdoor shooting sports store for over 60 years. Visit CarolinaCaliberCompany.com to shop today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? We'll keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Saw a tweet from Joe Person earlier today. Said the Panthers interim coach Chris Tabor gave the players off today. Usually you get off Monday if you win.
Hey guys, y'all just take off. In fact, just take off the rest of the year.
You know what? Just turn your key cards in and put your shoulder pads up, and let's call it a season.
I mean, this is definitely rock bottom since I've been a fan since 2011. I'm seeing people that have been a fan since 95 that says this is downright rock bottom.
It is, and the amount of people starting to say that the Panthers are the worst run organization and the laughing stock of the league, I mean, it is very refreshing.
Thanks for passing the torch.
You got it, man. You got it. One team that is having success is the Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
Oh, my goodness. And Brian Bailey is a fan of those Cowboys, and he joins us here on Pirate Radio Live. BB, good win for your guys last night.
Yeah, it was a good win. And the Panthers have been taking Sundays off all year, so what's another day off?
Well done, BB. Bailey, you've been saying it all year. Let's see if the Cowboys can win in January. Right now, it's about setting themselves up for the best possible road to a Super Bowl. And you've still got the Niners there with 10 wins, Cowboys and Eagles. So you do have something to play for here down the stretch because home field is important. You said it multiple times today. You don't want to have to go to Philly. You don't want to have to go to San Fran. And look, you're going to be a favorite if you're in that situation against the NFC South champion, but it's still a road game, right? So something you got to get by.
Yeah, same thing as last year. They went on the road and they won at Tampa Bay, but then they couldn't come back and went on the road again. And that's tough, but the problem is they could go 14-3 and still end up on the road the whole playoffs because, Philadelphia's done what Philadelphia's done. So it's going to be difficult. If Philadelphia wins out and Dallas wins out, Philadelphia wins it on a tiebreaker. But 4 games is a long time, and the Cowboys have a much tougher schedule. So I don't know, how it's going to end up. But right now, things are looking really, really good. They just got to win in January.
It is a crazy year in the AFC. Just ran through it a moment ago. Baltimore with 10 wins. Miami can get to 10 with a win tonight. Chiefs losing, so Kansas City, Jacksonville, and Cleveland have 8 wins. And then, Bailey, how about you've got 6 teams vying for the last 2 spots, and they all have 7 wins each. Pittsburgh, Indy, Houston, Denver, Cincinnati, Buffalo. Going to set up for a crazy finish to the NFL season with all those teams trying to get into the playoffs.
And every time you get ready to say, okay, this team's going to make a run, they're going to make the playoffs, and they lose. So, yeah, it's been crazy, especially on the AFC side. But and some of the wackiness that went on yesterday, especially with the Chiefs game, I mean, it's great theater each and every Sunday, that's for sure.
Brian Bailey joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line. How about Pirate football, Bailey? John David Baker introduced last Monday. The Pirates have brought in a new offensive line coach in Matt Maddox. Still kind of waiting on the player side as the portal is open and offers are going out, but haven't seen any commits or anything like that yet, especially when it comes to a quarterback. So I know that's what John David Baker, Mike Houston, and the entire staff's focusing on right now.
Yeah, it is, and you don't know whether you'll hear some of that, before the early national signing day, or whether some of that stuff's going to come out afterwards. But it'll be interesting to see just how it comes out, when it comes out, and what it is when it does come out. I mean, it's really bizarre. All the people, all the players that are in the portal, and just all of your options, and it's how do you make a match, and who are you recruiting? Because if you go after the wrong group, and you're up against Power Fives, and you miss out on this one. I mean, it's really a strange phenomenon when you think about it, because you have to be careful about what you're trying to go after, and when you make an offer, is this definitely the guy you want? If somebody else opens up, do you want that guy? I mean, it's confusing, but it's an exciting time if you're a Pirate fan, because obviously they've got to do a lot of things to get better quickly.
Brian Bailey joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line, and good news as of right now, Blake Harrell still intact with East Carolina. So it doesn't mean it will always be that way. You've got the coaches convention coming up, Bailey. What's that, in January, I believe, or later in December. So coaches get together, deals are made there. But as of right now, that's a big priority too. Obviously, new offensive coordinator, quarterback, but also retaining Blake and that side of the ball.
Yeah, and that's the everybody was talking about. We got to keep all the defensive players and retool on offense, and you start with that Pirate defense with Blake Harrell, because obviously he's done a great job, and that's when everybody was getting on Coach Houston all season long, about what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Well, he had a problem with his defense, 3 years ago, and he went out to fix it, and he did. He fixed it, and I think he's got the same. You can tell right so far with what he's done on offense with John David Baker and getting him in here, and I think that he's on the right track.
Some football news today: East Carolina and Boise State canceling their series, Bailey, and that's a long trip. Was it one you were looking forward to making, or are you not upset with that trip being canceled?
A little bit of both. I love making trips to places I've never been to before. I've never been to Boise, but again, that's a long trip, and so it's not like it's totally disappointing. I would have been disappointed if we hadn't had a chance to go to BYU like we did.
Yeah.
Was it last year? And that was beautiful. That was unbelievable. But yeah, it's a little. I mean, you want to go to different places, and I'll be anxious to see what the Pirates are able to replace that game with.
Yeah, seen some replies that Coastal is open those years, and I wouldn't mind that, a little home and home with the Chanticleers. Much like Boise, we beat them in a bowl game. Let's get them with a home and home here.
Yeah, and that's a great idea, and that's a great trip. That's what we're missing right now with the conferences. That's what Terry Holland always said. The late Terry Holland was always about, hey, we got to have regionalized games, and once he figured out that he couldn't get that in a conference, and he went about it trying to get it in another way, and that's scheduling the Virginias and the Virginia Techs and teams like that. And I think that's what and I think John Gilbert does the same thing, trying to get App State and trying to get some other teams like that on the schedules. But that would be a good one, Coastal.
Brian Bailey joining us, switching to hoops, Brian, and from a scheduling standpoint, maybe people will disagree with me, but I would rather, and don't get me wrong, I want to win every game, but I'd rather lose to South Carolina by 6 and have a fun day in Minges than beat Ferrum by 30. I got way more fun out of that day on Saturday than I did when I saw East Carolina play Ferrum earlier this year. And again, I wish they'd pulled it out at the end and all that, but that made for a fun day. It's always good when you can get a quality opponent in Minges and have a crowd show up.
Yeah, and it was, and I agree with you 100% because that's what college basketball is about. I think Coach Schwartz would agree with you as well because he wants to see Minges, jumping like that. It's a great atmosphere whenever there's a good crowd in there, which there was on Saturday. It was outstanding. It was a high-level college basketball game. I mean, both teams played pretty well, and South Carolina just made the plays at the end, but it was one of those. It was just a fun game to watch. Ezra gets in foul trouble early, and that kind of took him out of the mix for a little bit, and then they were able to bounce back and stay right in it, and really had a chance down the stretch and just couldn't come through.
And I took my daughter Lily, and she is not a sports fan, doesn't really care. She had a blast, and the first thing she told my wife when we got home, Bailey, was I could do a better job reffing than those guys. And man, I about cried. I was so proud of her for being a true Pirate fan in that moment.
and I'm sure she could. I mean, it's really sometimes it's baffling.
I know. I don't get it.
Calls that are made. You look and you say, "Did I see that right? Did I see?" And granted, we're sitting in the stands. Some of us are sitting up high, but still, I mean, you see what you see, and sometimes there's block charges. I mean, I'm telling you, half the time the block charge, they could flip a coin and go either way because they don't know. They just don't tell Ramey Steins I said that, but I think that they they just flip a coin sometimes and guess about it.
Very, very frustrating, but still, East Carolina should have, they had a chance to win it. Had the ball late with opportunities to pull that one out, just could not do it, and they fall, and now they got to get right back up because another SEC opponent coming up, this time neutral site Florida, coming up on Thursday. We'll see if these guys can bounce back.
Yeah, that'd be good, too, because that's a neutral site game. Lakewood, Florida, I believe, the Florida tip-off, and as Coach Schwartz was telling me that Florida tries to play, 3 or 4 games in different sites around the state of Florida, because they want to recruit the entire state, and so they try to play some of these games in the non-conference part of the season, different parts of the state, just to to showcase their team. And they invite other teams down there for that. So that's why East Carolina got down there.
Gators 6-3. Their losses have been to Virginia, Baylor, and Wake Forest. So they've lost to quality opponents. They beat Florida State by 30 earlier this year. Just picked up a win over Richmond. So pretty good team, and will be a good test for East Carolina coming up on Thursday night. All right, bowl games coming up this Saturday. Shirley, can we get the Brian Bailey version of 40 Bowls in 14 days, the Boston version?
40 bowls in 14 days, 14 days, 14 days, 40 bowls in 14 days, oh my goodness. 40 bowls in 14 days, 14 days, 14 days, 40 bowls in 14 days, 14 days. 40 bowls in 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 14 days.
What do you love, Bailey? If you went to a Boston concert and they brought me on stage to perform this song?
That's sent Boston back a long time. Long way.
Bailey, your game is the Myrtle Beach Bowl. You ever had fun down in Myrtle Beach?
Well, I was going to say, it's been such a long time since I've heard something that bad. Long time, obviously, one of the Boston hits.
You don't have to explain your joke. Just say the joke.
Well, because most people wouldn't have gotten it if I hadn't explained it, and it wasn't a very good joke. But
a lot of foreplay going on with this segment here.
I like that.
All right. Bailey, Myrtle Beach Bowl, Georgia Southern versus Ohio. ECU played Ohio in a bowl game years ago. This one's in Conway, South Carolina, Saturday, December 16th, 11 a.m., early start. You going to go with Georgia Southern or Ohio?
Well, I'll go with Georgia Southern.
All right. Bailey taking Georgia Southern. All right, BB, what is on the sports docket for you folks at WNCT this week?
Well, it's one of those quiet times where you got exams going on, not a lot going on as far as, college basketball goes. Everybody's pretty much taking off. Pirates don't play until Thursday, so it's just kind of one of those quiet times. High school basketball is kind of, they've got some games, but the schedule kind of lessens as you get closer to the holiday tournaments around the actual holidays. So it's just kind of a quiet week this week.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoy that quiet week. Great edition of the Brian Bailey Show earlier today. Talked to Larry Williford, head coach at Farmville Central, and talked some ECU women's basketball with Kim McNeil. Quiet time for them too, Bailey, as they get a little break here.
Yeah, they've had a week off, and they've got another week off. They play again Monday when I think George Mason comes to town. So but Kim's really nice to talk to, and really enjoyed it. And I thought it was a really good show. And we've got Sammy Batten next week to get you ready for signing day, the next Wednesday.
Talk some Cruton with Sammy Batten coming up on Monday's edition of the Brian Bailey Show next week. Bailey, thanks for joining us, man. We will see you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right, there is BB, Brian Bailey, joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Looking at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
I'm going to make a statement here, Chandler. Do you want me to make a statement?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, the Hornets have won one game in a row.
Sweet.
If they win tonight, they'll make it 2 in a row.
Okay.
And they'll make it 3 out of the last 5. So what I'm saying is, if they win tonight, I'm going to halfway get back on board.
Okay. Halfway is better than not getting back on board at all.
They play the Heat. If you look at the players to watch graphic, it's got Terry Rozier. Oh, Terry. And emo Jimmy Butler, because that is his media picture. And it's funny to look at every time.
Every time.
Heat at Hornets coming up tonight, 7 o'clock.
Is the Martin twins, are they good after the injury?
After the injury they suffered because of you and your
slap to the elbow,
the roughness you showed during that App State game.
Hey,
are
y'all the Martin twins?
Will we ever beat App State again in football?
I'm gonna go off a limb and say yes.
All right, good. I'm back in on ECU football as well. Trying to get.
Oh, you're full on back in, like not even halfway back in.
I need to get back in on something because I'm out on the Commanders. I'm out on the Hornets.
Apparently, the Canes are having a struggling season this year too.
I don't start following them until the calendar flips. I don't really have anything right now, so I need something. Otani's a Dodger.
What does an ECU win Thursday night do for you in ECU basketball?
That'd be huge. It'd be huge. I'm excited. I think I think this team can win any game, and they have shown they can also lose any game. So, like, night to night, I'll be looking forward to Pirate basketball. It's a shame that you lose to upstate and downstate and Northeast state and all those states. But
Georgia Mason by 22.
But guess what, folks? That's what ECU basketball is.
ECU basketball we're talking about.
Yeah. I had no inkling that it would be different. I had hope that it might be different, but no, it's the same old thing. But I still enjoy it. And I still think we can win Thursday night.
There's so many times, man, where I'm at a basketball game and I'm running around getting pictures, videos, whatever, and a big play happens, and I just love to look at you in section 213, and usually you have the biggest smile on your face.
Yeah.
And you really are into the game and enjoying it, and you truly love ECU basketball.
I do.
It just warms my heart.
I wish it could be successful. There's nothing I want more.
You will be rewarded one day.
I'd rather see the Pirates in the Final Four than I would in the college football playoff.
Okay, understandable.
I'd rather see the Pirates in the Final Four more than ECU and Omaha.
Wow, okay.
Don't tell Cliff Godwin I said that when he joins us tomorrow on Pirate Radio Live at 5 o'clock. But that's my thing. That's what I want the most. Basketball success.
Final Four. This town would go crazy.
Yeah.
Downtown would be insane. I'm still waiting for that kind of like that Franklin Street type deal where like 5th Street is just flooded with students and people burning a couch right there smack dab in the middle of 5th Street and Cotanch. Like that's going to be a beautiful sight one day, and I can't wait to experience it.
All right, CL says Hornets. Guaranteed 10 seed play in. How are you
and lose by 40?
That's definitely not a guarantee at this point, or close to it. Eric said if these Hornets were the insects in the movie My Girl, Macaulay Culkin would still be alive. That's a nice reference and joke. Good joke structure there, Eric. Very impressive. Tyler said Chan needs to pay attention to the game and not clip. I agree. Do your job.
I am paying attention to the game. But for a split second, can I not look at my good friend Clip Brock and see the joy that he has on his face, which brings me joy, and then I can watch the game again? It only takes like 2 seconds.
Chad said, anybody going to watch Monday Night Raw with the 2 Monday night games tonight? I don't know. Is anything good going to happen? CM
For me,
Punk?
it's more like Monday night. No. Rim shot, please.
I could see myself not watching Raw or either of the Monday night games. I've been trying to watch Monk lately because I was a huge fan of Psych, and I'm trying to find some good crime shows.
Monk, like the old,
detective show on USA.
Yeah,
I never
show.
got into that. You did?
I love that show.
Really?
Yes.
You never watched Psych?
Nah.
So that's my favorite. I think you'd really like that.
Like Monk is something my grandma watched, and I would just go in there.
Huh. Okay.
And watch it with her. Adrian?
Yeah. All right. I didn't know you were a Monkster.
Oh, yeah. Me and my grandma's favorite episode is the one where it's the game show. Have you seen that one? If you
I'm like season 1, episode 3.
Oh, okay. Well, you definitely haven't seen it.
Yeah.
That's our favorite one.
Okay. Chad's asking if I watched Suits. Nah, I hadn't got into that one. I watched White Collar on USA, but did not get into Suits. Let's take a break. When we return, Jason Nichols will join us. Oh, Tyler, Fargo is great. I've watched every episode of the new season. Really enjoying it. We've got another 40 bowls in 14 days. We've got the treasure chest and a lot of football talk with Jason Nichols when we return on Pirate Radio Live on a Monday after this.
Here at Brown & Wood with Jeff Stein. Jeff, I've noticed a lot of great GMC pickup trucks on the lot.
Yes, sir. We have 2500s and 1500s in stock and the all-new 3.0 Duramax diesel. We earn 30 extra trucks on allocation, so go online, brownandwood.com, or stop in, build your truck, we'll get it coming for you. Brown & Wood, voted number 1 by the customer in Greenville. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Parker Bird, number 16 for your ECU Pirates. And with the holidays approaching, I want to let everyone know that my Still I Rise t-shirts are in stock at Shimmer Boutique. We are excited to announce that adult and youth sizes are now available. Visit Shimmer today on Greenville Boulevard or message them on their Facebook or Instagram page if you live out of town. Thank you for your support, go Pirates, and happy holidays.
And then it was 2 seagulls!
We're here for the booty.
Party?
Pirate Water is here. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find pirate water in a location near you.
We're going plankton!
Pirate Water is here. 21 and older, please drink responsibly.
In football, it takes great offense, defense, and special teams to make the perfect team. With New Blue, it takes great service in plumbing, electrical, and HVAC to make the perfect team. This is Aaron Williams with Ease Plumbing, and we have teamed up with Viva Electric and Roland Black Heating and Cooling to form New Blue Service Group. Same great local team, same great local service. Let us help you tackle any issues you may have. Just go to callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, where we are redefining service excellence. Go Pirates.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Carolina Caliber has the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and is one of the top firearm dealers anywhere. At Carolina Caliber, they have everything you need for hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. They will buy, sell, and trade. Carolina Caliber, locally owned and operated since 1960, on Fire Tower Road in Winterville and at carolinacalibercompany.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Everybody in the chat talking about old Charlotte Hornets. Ryan says Robert Parrish, Joe Wolf, Kenny Gaddison, Larry and Muggsy, Zoe, all the old names. I've seen Kelly Trapuka, of course, Muggsy, Hornets and Heat coming up tonight. I have a Larry Trapuka bobblehead from a game I went to years ago. What a prized possession that is. Jason Nichols joining us in the Pirate Radio studios. Jason, how you doing, man?
Good. Clip, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. You're, man, what happened to the Falcons yesterday? Had it up until late.
I know, man. We find a way to lose games at Atlanta right now.
Three-way tie in the South between the Bucs, Falcons, and Saints.
Yep, and we're going to get stuck probably playing somebody like the Cowboys and Eagles, and we're going to get killed.
So whoever wins it, do you think it's going to be a short stay in the playoffs?
It will be a temporary stay in the playoffs for sure.
I was talking about some of the games yesterday. Didn't mention the Bears beating the Lions, and impressive win by Justin Fields and company. And I guess on the flip side of that, disappointing loss for the Lions, who I thought, and I tried to put them up there with San Fran, Dallas, and Philly as the best in the NFC, but I don't think you can do that. I think I'm taking them out and saying, all right, show me something. Right now, Green Bay playing tonight, trying to pick up win number 7. They are still alive in that North. So I think the Lions will win the North. I think they can win a game in the playoffs, but they're maybe coming back down to earth a little bit.
Still a little bit of those old Lions that show through, like you for sure say, okay, they're going to win and they're going to beat the Bears. But, I think that is a testament to the league, to the NFL, that, on any given Sunday, I know everybody hears that slogan, but it's true. You can be beat if you do not show up and play well.
Yeah. What did you think of the controversy, but I don't think there is much controversy, but the end of that Bills-Chiefs game?
Yeah, speaking of.
Showing it right now.
No doubt. You know what, man, that's a fundamental error. I mean, you go back and, one of the first things you ever taught when you're playing receiver, check with that referee, tell him whether I'm on or I'm off. That's just a simple signal. And he'll tell you whether you're on or whether you're off. And, that's one of the first things you do every play. And so, but you go back and you look at that young man, and I heard some things about him. It really comes back to who he is. I mean, who was it? The Giants gave up on him. He was the first round.
Very early, yeah.
Gave up on him in 23 games because of inconsistencies like this. And when you're playing in the NFL, I mean, you're on a losing season or something, man. That kid gets you truly fired with how he does things. You know what I'm saying? And right there, he's complaining like, I didn't get the ball, And then he ended up almost making a play to help those guys win the game. But, Clip, it's hard to win with guys who don't do what they need to do on and off the field. And that's overlooked a lot of times in sports because guys only see the talent. But talent by itself will get you beat if it's not disciplined, if it's not structured, and all those good things. And that kid right there lacks structure in his life. I bet you his life is, you go back and you peel the onion on him. There's probably a lot of stuff that goes on with that kid.
He's kind of burned him before this year, too, with plays. But how about Mahomes going crazy at the end of the game? And he was going after the ref, and I was going to give him a pass because I felt like he was probably frustrated at his teammate and was taking it out on the ref. But even after the game and post-game, he's still talking about it. He's got to be frustrated because his teammates have let him down late in these games with drops and things like that. I wonder if part of that frustration is going towards Tony.
I'm pretty sure that initial part of that is definitely going at Tony, because he says something like, you learn that in elementary school. And that is true. I mean, that's one of the first things you learn when you try to play receiver is how to line up and talk to the ref. I'm on and I'm off. But at the end of the day, I mean, the ref made the right call. I don't know. Could he have sat on that penalty? He surely could have. There's other things in games that you say, they could have thrown a flag on it. They didn't. And typically when you throw the flag, you don't know that play is going to be a big play. You're just doing your job. It just so happened on that play, it turned into a potential game-winning touchdown. But like I said, it's just, it's a deal where a player has not necessarily locked in to do his job the right way.
Yeah, we have seen examples of calls, go the wrong way, and we sit here and we talk about them all day, Monday and Tuesday, before we move on to the next week. And maybe Mahomes thought he could get a national conversation going about how bad that call was, but I don't think that's happening today. I think they said, hey, that one they got right. We could. There's been plenty of calls to talk about. That's not one of them.
No doubt. I mean, matter of fact, they benefited from a call like that in the playoffs. So in the was that the championship game I think it was the championship game or whatnot. So it goes your way sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. And in that particular case, it did not go their way. And you gotta, if you fix the little thing, that's not even an issue. Tell the guy to line up right.
Right. Also yesterday, new quarterbacks and old quarterbacks winning games. You got Browning from Cincinnati who wins again, and all of a sudden the Bengals are a factor again. They're 7-6. And how about old Joe Flacco throwing for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, and the Browns win over the Jaguars. And the Browns lost Nick Chubb early in the year. They lose Deshaun Watson. They still find ways to get it done. They are 8-5, Jason.
That's why I do not bet on the NFL.
Yeah, figure it out, man.
It's tough to know what, those guys are all professionals, and, a lot of times quarterbacks get a lot of the blame and why you can't win. But here's a guy that's come in and actually seems like he's kind of taking the leadership role from what I've heard in the post-game discussions or whatnot. And he leads that team to a big-time win. So, hats off to him. People had left him to die, and he came out and proved that he still got some football left in him.
Game of the day, one of the games of the year so far, Baltimore beats the Los Angeles in overtime with a punt return touchdown, walk-off touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 316 through the air, 70 rushing yards, so almost 400 yards for Lamar, 3 touchdowns. Keaton Mitchell, 9 carries, 54 yards for the former Pirate, had a catch for 8 yards. And the Ravens looking like potentially, and we say this and it changes every week, but potentially the team to beat over on the AFC side.
Yeah, I mean, the only other team that I've seen, that I've watched, that probably comes close to those guys is Kansas City, right? And that's only based off their history. Because right now, Kansas City, the whole reason why Mahomes is frustrated is because they don't have receivers that's reliable.
Nope.
And so, other than that, I think that is one thing Lamar has around him this year that he hasn't had over the course of his career is playmakers on the outside that can truly make a play for him,
And if you're an ECU fan that said, no college other than Army, Navy, I'm going to watch some NFL. Hopefully your game you watched wasn't the Vikings and Raiders, or you were having flashbacks to some rough offenses. Nick Mullins for Minnesota threw for 83 yards. Aiden O'Connell, 171 interception. Just nothing doing for the Vikings and the Raiders. The Vikings win it in overtime, or in the fourth quarter with a field goal, and end up winning 3-0 in an NFL game. Just unheard of.
That is hard to do.
Ugly one there. But Monday night doubleheader coming up tonight. You can hear the Dolphins and Titans right here on Pirate Radio. Also, the Packers getting back in the playoff mix, taking on the Giants coming up tonight. Jordan Love playing well.
Jordan Love is starting to turn the corner. I mean, that's why you can't just throw quarterbacks out so quickly.
Right.
Because this kid, I mean, early on in the year, they were ready to go ahead and get rid of him, is what it sounded like.
Yep.
But he's kind of found his way right now, and the coaches obviously are doing a much better job of probably playing to his strength and letting him go out there and do the things that he's done that's made him the way, made him a first-round draft pick. So good for him.
Chandler, I'll bring you in on this one too. So, Jason, what do you say about Bryce Young when you talk about not wanting to throw quarterbacks away too quickly? Now, he has been in a mess. They've already fired the coach and some offensive assistants and things like that. But yesterday, he's 13 of 36 for 137 yards and just not getting it done. So obviously you're going to give him more time, but
yes,
I
would say you got to give that kid more time too. I mean, the whole situation is a disaster right now, right? I mean, you fired a coach, a first-year coach, in the middle of the season. Like you said, you fired some assistant coaches down there. I mean, it is just a terrible situation to go into as a first-year quarterback. Typically, when you are a first-round draft pick like a quarterback, you're going into a bad situation. But this here is as bad as it probably gets for a first-year guy. So you got to definitely put more talent around him. But more than that, you got to put somebody around him who can truly evaluate what he's good at. I know what we saw in college. He can make plays and stuff. That changes a little bit when you get into the NFL because everybody's bigger, taller, stronger, faster, and all that good stuff. But play to his strengths and get playmakers around him. And it starts with the O-line, too. Those playmakers are O-linemen that can protect them.
Chandler, I watched Red Zone yesterday. The only thing I saw him doing well was running the football. Had some good runs, but
well, he's always doing that.
I get that. You're going to struggle, but you do want to see some signs of something. Are you seeing any signs?
I have seen flashes. I've told people that there's been times this year where he's made a play, and I know. Just thinking the Saints game, the second week, there was a play that he made in Miami. There's some other ones where I sat there and thought that's why we got him at number one. Like just the plays he made, going through his progressions, making time for himself in the pocket. And putting the ball where it needs to be. But it's just been so inconsistent. I mean, it's been consistently bad up front. I mean, he has no time to do anything, man. He has no time to sit back, do anything. And it's really, like, he made a throw yesterday, missed a throw, Domingo, wide open.
Yeah.
And if you look at the film, if you look at, the way he was in the pocket, he's freaking out. I mean, his feet are, like, everywhere. Yeah. Where at the beginning of the season it wasn't like that, but if you're under constant duress and you've been sacked over 40 times this year, it's going to play with his mental.
So we talked about that during the ECU season.
Well, it's a shame that that's what this young man's doing right now.
Well, and what that does is it ruins that kid, and because you know what, that's hard to do. I played quarterback in high school. Right? So I've been in that pocket. And let me tell you, when you get hit, when you don't know it's coming, it's not a fun feeling. So imagine getting hit by NFL guys who's coming in there and hitting you and sacking you. I mean, it starts messing with them in the pocket. And like Clip said, we talked about that a little bit this year with East Carolina football. But more quarterbacks get ruined than what becomes stars because of things like that. They go into bad situations. So no matter where he goes, that's going to be an issue that's going to have to be broken to stay in that pocket and trust your O-line. And it's going to take a lot of work to get him to feel that way again.
Which he was used to when he was at Alabama.
He was protected at Alabama.
You look at every single one of the games. I mean, he has all day to throw. He's clean. He's not. I mean, and this is a total, but this is night and day between what he was experiencing in Alabama, and he comes to the Panthers, and every single snap he's sitting there thinking, all right, is it going to be on the blind side or is it going to come on this side?
So guess what he starts doing? Instead of watching what's going on with the receivers, guess what he starts watching? The rush.
Yep.
And so now when that guy pops open and I need to put it on time, I'm late and I'm off because I'm worried about the rush more so than I am worried about what's developing over there with my receivers and stuff in the passing game.
If he's putting up the numbers that he is right now with a great, even a decent offensive line and maybe a weapon, then I'm worried. And then I'm sitting there thinking, all right, man, did we make the right choice?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he is a bust, and I'm definitely not saying he is a bust.
Yeah.
But we got to be able to judge him off of a better
situation. No doubt. I totally agree.
What are they? Are there any talk about what they're going to do with the coaching vacancy? Or is it too early?
I saw a tweet the other day that Jim Harbaugh was in Charlotte, but it was because he was recruiting.
Yeah.
Don't think that couldn't parlay in this.
Look, I mean, obviously that's why the reporter tweeted it out. He was in Charlotte, and they said he was in there recruiting somebody.
They are,
and then also obviously his relationship with Biff Poggi. So, but it's a coincidence because I mean he is like either one or two. The top two favorite to get the coaching job in Carolina.
Well, I think they are recruiting a receiver or something, big time playmaker down there. Oh, quarterback, if I'm not mistaken, out of Charlotte.
And look, and I want to try to reach back out to Steve Wilkes. The question is does he take the job?
Sure.
And I don't know. And
if they offered it, he'll take it.
Yeah. So and somebody asked about like, does anyone want this job?
I was going to ask Jason about that. So, like with Snyder in Washington, that always worried me. Now Snyder had an infinity amount of money, and money talks. But what Chandler was bringing up there, Jason, does an owner get a reputation where in a situation where you don't want to go in there? He just fired 2 coaches in the middle of the season, so. Guys can't be beating down the door to go in there, but everybody's got an ego and says, well, I'm different than those guys. I can do this. So what do you think about that?
Man, somebody will run there with their pants on fire. Okay?
Yeah.
Because, one, it's an opportunity that a lot of people don't get. You know, it's, I mean, what is it, 32 teams in the NFL?
Yeah.
So it's only 32 head coaches. And so with that, it will be a group of guys that want that first opportunity. There's going to be certain guys that's going to be picky and choosy because they've done enough right now, like the boy up in Detroit. But I promise you, if they keep doing what he's doing right now in Detroit, he'll run to Charlotte because he's going to say, I better get in there before my fire cools off. But too many guys will run to that job because if they fire you in the NFL midway during the first season, you sign a 5-year, 6-year deal? Well, man, you're just going to go home and collect checks and so
that's the downside of it, getting paid to do nothing. That's
the downside for the fans, but for him, he's gonna, well, I guess you're being funny with that.
You're right. Worst case scenario,
I
got Sunday off and I got unlimited amount of money.
I can go wherever I want to go in the world right now. So it'll be a lot of guys, and they'll get quality guys.
And I think that we've talked about this before, is that having Bryce Young as your quarterback could be attractive to people to especially go in there and change and get him on the rise here in the league.
Well, that's typically the biggest reason why guys do or do not take NFL jobs. Is there a quarterback there that I can work with? Yes. If there's not a quarterback there, they typically try to shy away from that situation because I don't care how great of a coach you are, if you do not have a trigger man that can help you win games, you'll get fired in a couple of years.
That's why every year when we have these openings, you always see these lists, and we were ranking the best jobs available, and you say, all right, well, who do they have at quarterback? Which is why if and when Ron Rivera's fired, I think we can have somebody that will be excited to work with Sam Howell. If they're not, they're excited they're going to have a top 5 draft pick and can draft their own guy. So
that'll be that will be a good situation for Sam.
Yeah, I feel like one way or the other. All right, I tell you what, we've got a packed treasure chest and we need to empty it out. So what we're going to do now is open it up, Shirley Rhodes, and make somebody a winner. We're going to do caller 12 at 317-1250. We'll let you know the prizes that have been won. We'll run down the prizes that are still available, and we'll talk to our winner and make them happy on this Monday. 317-1250. We'll do caller number 12 right now. Shirley Rhodes will get you on the phone and get you on the show, and we'll give you your prize when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Parker Bird, number 16 for your ECU Pirates. And with the holidays approaching, I want to let everyone know that my Still I Rise t-shirts are in stock at Shimmer Boutique. We are excited to announce that adult and youth sizes are now available. Visit Shimmer today on Greenville Boulevard or message them on their Facebook or Instagram page if you live out of town. Thank you for your support, go Pirates, and happy holidays.
Hi, Kyle Gaines here, General Manager at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
It's the Wrap Up the Year sales event. Get 15% off on Ram 1500 and 10% off on 25 and 3500 trucks this month. And check out our off-road packages. Visit WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com to see all our new inventory and come see us for a no-pressure, no-hassle experience.
Merry Christmas from our family to yours here at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Happy New Year!
Turkey, ham, bacon. These and other meats are great around the holidays and every other day, but they all leave behind grease when you cook them, and grease is a real pain in the drain. When you pour grease down a drain, it cools and can clog sewer lines. That can lead to sewer spills, which are messy, bad for the environment, and can also be expensive. Never pour grease down the drain. Instead, collect it in a container like a used soup can or jar. Let it cool and throw it away in the trash. Together, we can protect our sewer system and the environment. For more information, go to GUC.com.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Save a load on a new John Deere compact utility tractor and loader from Quality Equipment. It's never been easier to get the best brand on the market at an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Now is the time to get that tractor package you've been dreaming of to get your next job done right. Stop by one of our 36 locations in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, or visit us online at QualityEquip.com.
The brunch is back. The famous brunch buffet at Fifth Street Hardware has a variety of breakfast and lunch items from 10:30 to 2, including an omelet station and prime rib, and a special Sunday cocktail menu, including mimosa flights. Don't forget, Fifth Street Hardware has lunch specials every day, along with over 40 beers on tap. Trivia Wednesday, live music every Thursday night, and a late night menu through the weekend. Visit FifthStreetHardware.com or give them a follow on Facebook and Instagram for a weekly lineup and more. Go Pirates!
The best place to go before hitting the water is Pirate Waters Outfitters in Washington. This is Captain Bo Brooks, and at Pirate Waters Outfitters is the store with the clothing you need to enjoy the outdoors. Shop the best outdoor brands like Duck Camp, Marshwear, AFCO, and Foul Weather Gear by Grundon. Enhance your on-the-water fun with a turtle box speaker, a pair of Bahio sunglasses, or Smithy cast iron cookware. Pirate Water Outfitters on Market Street in downtown Washington, right next door to Breaking Bread, and also on Facebook and Instagram.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-styled restaurant and bar, and there's always something special happening at the Rick House. Join us for lunch. It's our 2 for $20 lunch special during the week, and it's the perfect spot for that lunch business meeting. The Rick House celebrates the last Thursday of every month with a special wine tasting, and our buffet brunch is to die for. Follow the Rick House on Facebook for the latest schedule. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville. The Rick House.
This is Wyatt Lunsford-Shankman from ECU Baseball. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine has been caring for Pirate Nation and the student athletes at East Carolina University for more than 35 years and are the official team physicians for ECU. Orthopedics East provides a variety of general and specialized operative and non-operative orthopedic services to meet the needs of the patients of Eastern North Carolina. For more information, call 757-2663 or visit orthoeast.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. It is treasure chest season. We're here with you all week this week, and we'll be with you Monday through Thursday next week, emptying out this treasure chest. And we've already had Susan Deans win the $200 gift card from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Eric Mazzell won the gift card facial and skincare box from Beauty Bar Medi Spa. Josh Thomas won a $100 gift card to Fleet Feet. John Caton won a $100 gift card to Shimmer. Steve Hill won the gift basket from the Buck with the gift cards and the NFL jersey. Dickie Steffens won the basketball tickets to ECU Memphis and a prize package from David Price Construction. So we have had a few winners, and we got a lot more to go. And Shirley Rhodes, who was caller number 12 today?
Mike Ward.
Mike Ward. What's up, Mike?
Clip, how you doing?
Hey, man, I like your enthusiasm. Or was that a dog barking? I couldn't tell.
Both.
Okay, good. Mike, tell us about yourself. What do we need to know about you? I know a few things about you, but what would you like for people to know about you?
Clip, been here since the beginning, since you did one phone call for everything in the treasure chest.
That was back before my time. Jason, they used to have this whole chest and have one winner win it all. And we were like, man, maybe we should break this thing up a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't won more than I have, but certainly glad to be back through again. Love what you guys do. Appreciate the fifth quarter. I'm waiting for you guys to start a third half and a 10th inning call-in show. Do I need to talk to Troy about that?
Whoever shows me the money, I will do it, Mike. I will be right here. I don't know. I would have been pretty brutal to come in on Saturday after that ECU South Carolina loss. I was happy just to go on home, actually, after that one. But
I understand. I wouldn't do that to you, but certainly appreciate what you and Shirley and Jason, you coming on board, what you guys do. Always fun to listen.
How about Chandler?
Chandler's okay, too.
And Jason, another thing you should know about Mike, he is a diehard Mets fan.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Correct.
Sorry for you, man.
Man, Jason, I've gone from Mets to ECU football to Panthers football, so it's kind of a miserable sports life for me right now.
Yikes.
Man, that is. You come on over to the Braves side, man. You know, we'll dust you off and get you cleaned up.
Jason, everybody's got their faults. It's okay.
Hey, well, we're going to brighten your spirits today with a prize out of the treasure chest, Mike. How about that?
Absolutely. I can't lose there.
There you go. All right, Shirley, you want to run down the prizes with me real quick?
Sure.
All right, get it started.
A pirate welcome sign and a $50 gift card from UBE.
$100 straight cash, homie, from Sparky Snowballs.
$100 gift card to Chico's.
A Bud Light umbrella, tailgate chair, Bud Light dartboard, and 2 cases of Bud Light from Carolina Eagle Distributing.
$100 gift card from the Holistic Company.
$200 gift card from Shenandoah Graphics and Framing.
Budweiser mirror, Busch Light neon, Bojangles hard sweet tea neon, and 2 cases of Bud Light from Carolina Eagle Distributing.
$100 gift card to Jersey Mike's.
Twisted Tea patio umbrella, cooler, and prizes packaged from the Boston Beer Company.
And $50 gift card to Aiken Golf and Country Club and Farm Bureau Golf Swag package from Brandon Manning. Mike, anything in particular you are looking for?
Well, I just mentioned I was a Carolina Panthers fan, so why not something from Carolina Eagle Distributing?
All right, there you go. Who's picking the prize today?
Jason can pick it today.
All right, we'll have J. Nick pick your prize out of the treasure chest. We'll have Chandler run that in here right now. And Mike Ward about to be a big winner here on Pirate Radio Live.
All right.
I'm feeling another 2 for Tuesday tomorrow, by the way.
2 for Tuesday.
But one big winner today, and that big winner is Mike Ward. And Jason, what has he won?
He has won $100 cash, homie, from Sparky Snowballs.
You can't beat cash, Mike.
Straight cash, homie.
The dog went back and went to sleep, so I can't get him to bark for me. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cold, hard cash from Mike Ward. That's good for what ails you. All right, Mike, Ellerby will give you a call, let you know how to claim your prize, and we will be talking to you soon, man.
Awesome. Sounds good. Clip, Jason, Shirley, even Chandler, thank you guys for everything you do. Certainly do appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us all these years. Mike Ward, longevity paying off for Mike as he is a winner in today's treasure chest. All right, we got to open 40 bowls in 14 days. We'll do that in a moment. Let's take another look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
You've got a couple of Monday Night Football games tonight. Titans at Dolphins and Packers at Giants in the NBA slate. Hornets in action coming up tonight against the Miami Heat. And starting to get into that basketball time of year, Jason, which I'm down for. I will admit I missed my football all day on Saturday. But time to move on to hoops. And coming up tonight, top 25 action. Only one team in the top 25 in action tonight, Gonzaga, taking on 0-9 Mississippi Valley State. And Gonzaga is a 40-point favorite in that game. So maybe not a good night to watch college hoops.
Not at all. That's going to be a murder.
Yeah, try another night there. But Jason, are you do you get into hoops at all, or do you kind of get in March?
I watch it. I'm definitely locked in come March Madness. Yeah. But right now it's a fill me out situation. There's certain games I probably peek at, but I'm not a diehard by any means.
Yeah, NBA in-season tournament championship has come and gone, and Chandler, you were not really into that, right? Never really got into it. I didn't either, because our team wasn't in it.
I did watch the championship Saturday.
Yeah, on the funky court.
Yes,
I think it was neat. Like, it felt like, I don't know if it was manufactured excitement, but I'd watch some of these games before they went to the neutral site, and the home crowds were great and people were into it. Anytime you float a little more money in front of the players, they're going to play a little harder. So anything to make these regular season games more interesting is a good thing, and I think they did that this year, I guess.
Yeah, I thought so too. $500,000 for additional cash, or I guess it's not cash; it's going to be tax, but that won't hurt your banking account.
Also saw LeBron's son made his debut with USC yesterday, and
had a chase down block just like his dad's had in his career.
And unfortunately for him, they lost that game.
Long Beach State, who beat us in baseball last year.
Long Beach State, beat USC yesterday in Bronny James's debut. Also saw the U, Chandler. I guess we'll jump on them in March, right? Yeah. But they got beat by 27 yesterday by Colorado.
See, that's not gonna help my excitement for them come March.
Well,
even though the first year I started, supporting them, they were like kind of mediocre.
Yeah.
And they made it to the championship.
Like to the semifinals, I think, of the ACC. We have a soft spot for Miami when it comes to March.
Why is that?
Because one, like Monday or Tuesday afternoon, first day of the ACC tournament, Chandler and I were like, hey, we need to...
it was day basketball. It was like at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, we had nothing going on. We were like, we need to back one of these teams. Let's take Miami. And they won. And then we found ourselves 24 hours later sitting around like, well, Miami's about to play again. You want to do it again? Boom, did it again.
3 or 4 days in a row.
Yeah. I think they won 3 and then lost, but covered in the semis. So we kept making that trip to Virginia and taking Miami. And
then the next year, I took them as a future to win the ACC championship.
And they lost in the championship.
To Virginia Tech.
Yes. So
and they were like plus 800.
You just start to ride a team, and we had some fun with it. So
I got you.
We'll see what happens this next time. All right, let's take a break. When we return, we'll open up 40 bowls in 14 days with Jason Nichols, talk some college football and more. Pirate Radio Live rolls on a Monday after this.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in eastern North Carolina. Open 7 days a week with live music. Every Monday, open mic night. Tuesday, karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday, acoustic night. Thursday night, line dancing and music from DJ Dog. On Friday and Saturday night, enjoy the best local bands in the area. And don't forget, Sunday Fun Day during football season with NFL jersey giveaways and more. Check out Facebook and Instagram for all up-to-date info. Y'all come get bucked up. Go Pirates!
Right now, new and current customers can get any phone for free at U.S. Cellular, so you can connect with all your family members this holiday season. You can even call your aunt, who always makes you talk to your cousin, who's a dog. Or, maybe just send her a festive text. Get the gift of connection at U.S. Cellular. Get any phone free today. U.S. Cellular. Built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Shimmer Boutique has something for everyone in the family this holiday season. Locally owned and operated, Shimmer Boutique offers a wide variety of apparel for men's, women's, and youth, along with a huge selection of accessories and jewelry with the newest brand, Kendra Scott. Shimmer is your one-stop shop for the whole family this holiday season, offering customizable embroidery and free gift wrapping. 'Tis the season to be jolly for easy holiday shopping at Shimmer Boutique. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for new items arriving daily, or place an order at shimmerboutiqueonline.com.
'Tis the championship season. That's right. Not only did Honda bring home 6 dirt bike championship titles this year, they're also bringing home big savings on your favorite motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. And now you can see them all at Ron Ayers Motorsports during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. Is your family ready to hit the dirt? Then check out the CRF line of trail bikes. And during this holiday season, if you buy a CRF 50F or CRF 110F, you'll also receive a Lawrence Brothers replica throttle jockey graphics kit. Talk about getting in the holiday spirit and saving big. Are you itching to head out on the open road? Then hop on the iconic Goldwing. It's the ultimate touring machine, offering the latest in comfort, luxury, and technology. The Honda Gifts That Go sales event is your chance to embrace the holiday spirit and some amazing deals. So whether it's a two-wheeled Honda, ATV, or a side-by-side for the whole family, head to Ron Ayers Motorsports on Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville. But hurry, because these offers won't last long.
With the holidays approaching and a new year right around the corner, now is the perfect time for a review of your home, auto, and life insurance with a trusted and experienced agent. This is Brandon Manning with Farm Bureau Insurance. Call me today and let me provide you a free quote that could save you money. My clients always have my cell phone number, and I'm available before and after business hours to meet with them. Call me at 531-1812 to schedule a review and get a free quote for the new year. Merry Christmas and have a happy new year.
Are you having a hard time participating in the activities you love due to pain? Well, then you need a good stretch or perhaps a massage. At Bodies in Balance, they offer massage therapy, assisted stretching, and Graston techniques to help provide solutions. With years of experience, the team at Bodies in Balance can create a stretch or massage program that is right for you. Mention Pirate Radio to get your first free stretch and your first massage for only $1 per minute. Call 916-4530 to get on the schedule, or you can visit them online at bodiesinbalance.com.
Nothing freshens up a space like a new coat of paint, and no one east of Raleigh makes painting easier than CertaPro. Residential or commercial, inside and outside, CertaPro is your dependable painting experts. CertaPro's concern is about getting your painting done right and making sure you're satisfied. Whether you have a large or small job, professional quality is what you will get. Let us come to your home or business and give you a free quote. CertaPro takes all the worry away from your painting project. Go to CertaPro.com and click on Clayton Greenville. That's CERTAPRO. CertaPro.
I intend to see to it that any man who sails under a pirate flag or wears a pirate brand gets what he deserves.
Pirate Radio,
I think it'd be rather exciting to meet a pirate.
the voice of the pirate nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 36 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or visit qualityequip.com to find the location near you. And the Buccaneer Music Hall has all the fun for your Sunday Fun Day covered. Every Sunday, kick off the day at the Buck with the largest 4K screen in Greenville, along with 18 TVs, so you don't miss a game. They have mimosa specials, a Bloody Mary menu, and pizza all day from Pizza Hut. And don't forget the weekly jersey giveaway starting at 5 o'clock. Score every Sunday at the Buck. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Congratulations to Mike Ward. He is our big winner today in the treasure chest. We'll open it up twice coming up on a Tuesday. We'll do a 2 for Tuesday here on Pirate Radio Live. Jason Nichols here in the Pirate Radio studios. Kind of dust settling from the college football regular season. Some teams, though, there's no dust settling. I've seen quarterbacks already on the move, committing and joining new teams. Jason, the Pirates still waiting to see what happens at their quarterback position right now, but seeing that the Boise State quarterback went to Arkansas, and you've got other guys moving around, so the dominoes are falling right now all around us.
This is like an unprecedented deal, right? I mean, because even last year, I don't know if it was as bad as what I've seen right now. And it's only going to get worse, because the other thing is all these quarterbacks that's leaving all these schools obviously they're not playing at the previous school that they just left, and they're not going to play where they're heading to. So it's a frustrating thing, because now you got to go play with somebody who hadn't played probably all year, or if they did, they played a little bit, and so it changes the whole dynamics of a bowl game, because the team that you may face may be totally different than what you saw on film.
So this is pretty interesting. This is on3.com, their transfer portal, and they have quarterbacks who have already moved and some that are still undecided. So Dylan Gabriel going from Oklahoma to Oregon, Riley Leonard, and I saw a lot of people speculated this one right away, from Duke to Notre Dame, Sam Hartman leaving. Yep. Will Howard goes from K-State to USC. Cam Ward from Washington State to Miami. Kyle McCord, I didn't see this one, leaving Ohio State to go to Nebraska. DJ, anybody want to try the last name? Former Clemson quarterback that was at Oregon State.
Ugalele.
Huh?
Ugalele.
Ugalele? Okay.
DJ Ugalele.
This is interesting, Jason. Got him 53.3% to Louisville and 46.7% to Florida State. It also has, I don't know what that is down there. I don't know if that's...
Is that an amount? Is that money?
It could be, money. That could be offered up as well. So I guess DJ undecided at this point, but this is all your Power 5 and your kind of big name quarterbacks who are leaving right now.
Well, see, and that's why I said, like, when you're at East Carolina, you can't live in the portal like this per se, because it's still the halves that are taking all the best talent in the league. Not saying that you can't. You're gonna go into the portal, and you're gonna, you got to find out what's out there and what fits and what makes you better. But all the top players in this thing, man, you're not gonna touch any of those guys.
Grayson McCall of interest, the Coastal quarterback. It has him between NC State and UCF right now.
Yeah, I mean, so you got to go on down that list to find those, those guys that's you're going to have a chance at, that you could possibly pull out the portal. And then you got to say, is that guy better than maybe a guy we have committed, a guy that we have already on campus? Mm-hmm. And not just to go into the portal and get something, because if it can't come in here and absolutely help you win, you're wasting money, because literally you're going to probably have to pay those kids to get them here,
I'm going down the list just to see if I see Mason Garcia's name, and I've gone through the top 100 and haven't seen his name. So,
well, it won't be there this year. He didn't play like a top 100. Now, could somebody go back and have thrown him in there because of what he did coming out of high school? Maybe, but when you turn on that film, I mean, you're going to have to really, do some, and you're not going in there to get a probable kid, because guess what? You can recruit that out of high school. You're going in there to get a definite. This guy definitely can come in here
right away
and help us.
Yeah. So, man, there are tons of these guys in here, and we'll see when the dust settles what East Carolina ends up
Tulane? With. Did I say Tulane somewhere?
Carson Haggard, who is Haggard, a freshman, who played, I guess, behind Pratt. And, of course, their head coach, Willie Fritz, leaving.
So he's probably encouraging him, get in the portal and come on over to Houston.
If that's what he wants.
If they see if they're going to run the same offense and do all those things, what better way than have a guy that's already done it?
Saw MJ Morris's name up here from NC State, who is undecided at this time. So it is wide open. Welcome to the new world of football, of college football.
The wild, wild west, man.
Yeah.
Free agency without the perimeters that you need to truly make it free agency.
As a coach, Jason, so you are trying to narrow down who you want, but how many of these guys are you talking to? Like, are you reaching out to 10, 20, 15, or do you narrow down your 5 or 3? Like, what do you do?
Well, it depends on how comfortable you feel about what you already have on your roster. Obviously, we don't feel that way here, but a lot of people could be comfortable with what they have on their roster. But here, I think some of these top guys,
right.
You don't even mess with those guys because you're just wasting your time. Find some of these guys that might be undecided because, the danger about the portal is this. What people don't understand, I was talking to a good friend of mine who's on the road today recruiting. When you go in the portal, most of those guys who's gone through there that's already committed, they were already committed before they ever hopped into the portal.
Right.
The portal was just the last piece of the puzzle that they had to go through to get to the new destination.
Yeah.
So, but some of these guys might have hopped in there and not had a plan and just thought, hey, somebody's going to call me and offer me a lot of money. I would be looking at those guys to see if they're good enough that hasn't necessarily made a decision right now.
Man, a lot of names. Seen Ken Seal's name from Vanderbilt as a name to keep an eye on. Number 36, according to this website.
Well, that would be an upgrade. Is FAU? I just saw they had a guy. Is that FAU?
Yep, FAU, Daniel Richardson.
Was that the guy that played against us?
Maybe I'll have to look it up. I don't recall.
Don't worry about it. I don't mean to put,
yeah. If so, he's just trying not to play ECU again after that defense laid it on him.
I'm telling you.
Down in Boca Raton. So, I wonder if any of our guys are up here. I don't know. Taylor Jackson would be our biggest name player.
Well, the difference is Taylor was already having offers. I saw where UCF had offered him, and I don't know if somebody else did at that point in time, but it only takes one. Yeah,
he's ranked 35th.
Arizona State.
He's got between Arizona State and UCF right now.
Yeah.
So chances there. Let's see if Tegan Wilk is registered in the safety department, who did not play a ton this year after suffering an injury. And I'll see if his name pops up here. It might not make the cut for the top 50. Yeah, I don't see it. So, and as far as we know, Chandler, did you see any more portal entries over the weekend? I have not seen any to add to the list.
I have not seen any at all.
Heard some rumors, but nothing official yet as far as our guys entering the portal. I still think, and I'll knock on wood and do whatever, very positive sign that, Siobhan Revel and Antoine Jackson. And,
I mean, you look at it, really the only guy, especially on that defensive side of the ball, is Taylor Jackson.
Yeah.
That's been the biggest surprise. A lot of other names that we've seen is maybe some names we've heard of, but we definitely haven't seen them on the field as much. So, yeah, I mean, because look, last year you saw Malik Fleming right out the gate.
Yeah.
Trying to think, Jaira Wilson. And so, you have a guy like that in Siobhan Revel who really can go anywhere and play and be productive on the football field. But right now it's
that's
really good.
That's good. Hopefully we can keep it that way. Now the portal stays open for 30 some days. I think they changed the rules. It was like 45 days. I think it got cut down to 30 days or something like that. So you still got, even after this
ends January 2nd. So December 4th to January 2nd is this current window.
Okay. So it's still some stuff that can go on because the signing day is what? Is it the 20th, the early signing period right now?
Next Wednesday, I believe, which would be the 20th, yeah.
Okay. So you got to be careful, man, because if guys don't hit on who they think, that's when they'll fall back to the portal to get guys that, that they may like. And they just, they got a 4-star, 5-star that they're waiting on. They don't get them. Is this guy worth us taking a chance on,
I think we've talked about this, but when are we out of the woods with Blake Harrell? I mean, heck, we saw last year as far as coaches leaving that it could happen right at the beginning of spring ball when we lost some assistants. But
well, you knock on wood here again. It can go for a couple more weeks just because these guys that have gotten these new jobs, I don't know if there's a job out there that he would want to leave for with some of these guys that haven't necessarily named their coordinators yet. So I don't, when you look at the Michigan States or the Indianas, the Mississippi States, the Texas A&Ms, who else on that level that came open? Northwestern, but I think they're safe.
Oregon State got a new coach.
They do, but I don't know if you leave now for Oregon State if I'm him, because Oregon State is now just a regular power/group of five guy, right? I mean, they don't
almost an independent.
Yeah, so you don't leave something good here to go out there where it's not the same anymore. So yeah, I think we're probably out. We're close to being out of the
Syracuse. Skip used to always flirt with Syracuse. They make me nervous.
No, they hired the D-line guy out of Texas A&M to be their coordinator, who was the interim. So we're good there. But it would take something like that, somebody that can get picked off late by some of these jobs that are still going through the process. I think that for the most part, when you get a job, two of your first hires got to be your coordinators. You got to almost have an idea when you're interviewing, hey, here's the guys that I'm interested in, that I'm going after, all that good stuff to make the AD excited about, hiring you and all that good stuff. So I would say for the most part, we're probably safe. But as soon as I say that, we'll show up tomorrow and somebody been and picked them off or something.
We're knocking.
Blake, stay put, man.
Please. Chad brought this up in the chat before we take a break. You see, North Dakota State won a basketball game 104-14.
Wow.
108-14. I'm sorry.
Who did they play?
It was against, let's see, they're the Wolfpack.
Oh, my. It had to be like Division III or NAIA.
Had to be. Let's see. Oak Hills. Barstow says what appears to be a church league team. Oak Hills from the National Christian College Athletic Association.
I've never heard of
the
it.
NCCAA.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they did. There's a team photo.
That looks like we can be on that team.
Chandler, they look like us when we put on our jerseys to watch ECU basketball games.
We can go play on that team, man.
Which is why I said I would rather lose to South Carolina and have a fun day in Minges than beat Ferrum by 30 points.
Well, you don't get any better beating those guys. I mean, like,
no.
Yeah, you can go have a good win, but those guys didn't get you any better.
What is the point in that? Like, the whole thing's pointless.
Yeah, who set that game?
I don't know, and I don't want them on our schedule. If people are asking, hey, let's get a win for no. I'd rather lose to a solid team than beat a team by 100 points. All right, let's get our last break in. We'll come back 40 bowls in 14 days with Jason Nichols and more when we return. Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. Back with you after this.
Here at Brown & Wood with Jeff Stein. Jeff, I've noticed a lot of great GMC pickup trucks on the lot.
Yes, sir. We have 2500s and 1500s in stock and the all-new 3.0 Duramax diesel. We earn 30 extra trucks on allocation, so go online, brownandwood.com, or stop in, build your truck, we'll get it coming for you. Brown & Wood, voted #1 by the customer in Greenville. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Pest Tech wants to thank Pirate Nation for voting them the #1 pest control company in Eastern North Carolina. Pest Tech is a full-service pest control company offering a complete range of indoor and outdoor pest management and extermination services. Your experience is the Pest Tech guarantee, with a promise to deliver you results while keeping you, your family, and the environment safe. Call the best of the best to get rid of your pests. 353-4760. Pest Tech, the official pest control company of Pirate Radio.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Parker Bird, number 16 for your ECU Pirates. And with the holidays approaching, I want to let everyone know that my Still I Rise t-shirts are in stock at Shimmer Boutique. We are excited to announce that adult and youth sizes are now available. Visit Shimmer today on Greenville Boulevard or message them on their Facebook or Instagram page if you live out of town. Thank you for your support, go Pirates, and happy holidays.
Basketball season is Bud Light season. Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. Whether you're headed to watch a game in person or a viewing party with friends, be sure to pick up or order some Bud Light and enjoy the game. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this basketball season, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game, and please drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
Take a break from the holiday hustle and bustle with a visit to Jersey Mike's. I'm Wes Shepard, your local Jersey Mike's franchisee in Eastern North Carolina for over 25 years. Let us treat you the best subs in town. We can also take care of any of your catering needs this holiday season, large or small. Plus, we partner with many third-party delivery services that can bring your meal to you. Jersey Mike's, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Everybody likes Jersey Mike's.
Everybody likes Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Pirate Radio.
You know, East Carolina deserves to go to Omaha. People should be worried about us. We're going to be really good, and I'm not afraid to say it on record.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was a good day today for the stock market. The Dow was up 157 points and finished at 36,404. The NASDAQ was ahead 28 at 14,432, and the S&P was up 18 at 4,622. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors Stock Market Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. About to wrap it up with Jason Nichols. Before we do, Shirley got a new 40 bowls in 14 days with the ATL flavor. Can we hit that one for Jason real quick?
Peach Bowl?
40 bowls in 14 days, 14 days, 14 days, 40 bowls in 14 days, oh my goodness. 40 bowls in 14 days, 14 days, 14 days, 40 bowls in 14 days, 14.
Now throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you like 40 bowls in 14 days, everybody let me hear you say, oh yeah. Now throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you like 40 bowls in 14 days, everybody let me hear you say, oh yeah.
All right, J. Nick.
Okay.
Taking you to the ATL.
Y'all fooled me. I was like, oh, it must be the Peach Bowl, but it was the music.
Outcast. All right, let's go to Louisiana. You spent some time in Louisiana with Louisiana Monroe, so you probably don't like the Raging Cajuns.
I really don't.
Okay. This will be the New Orleans Bowl. East Carolina played Louisiana in the New Orleans Bowl and lost to the Raging Cajuns in 2012, I'm going to say, until I'm corrected. This will be Saturday, December 16th, 2:15, Jacksonville State taking on Louisiana. Jason, who you got?
I'm going to go with Jacksonville State.
Just because you don't want to pick Louisiana?
Well, Rich Rod, I think he'll do a great job scoring points. I would think Jacksonville State will be excited because it's their first bowl game that they've been able to be a part of. And I think Louisiana, they're kind of playing in their own backyard. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, we get to go play another game.
All right. Yeah, I like your reasoning for that. Is Rich Rod maybe done with the big jobs? You think this is it for him? Or
I heard his name on some opportunities. So whether or not somebody hires him, that's a different deal. But I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, interested to see if he gets back into it from a big team standpoint. He was West Virginia. You go to Arizona, Michigan. Michigan man. So there you go. We got bowl games coming up this Saturday all day long, and eventually we'll get to that playoff and see what happens. Jason, I'm sure I asked you last week, and I'll ask you again before we get there. How you feeling about the playoff right now? Who comes out of it?
Man, my gut, I want Texas because I just thought they played really well that weekend. It's tough to cheer against Alabama, though. And I know people say Washington. I just don't know. Until Washington beats somebody in that playoff system, I can't put much stock in that right now.
All right. At Bama, it almost feels like they snuck in, and now they're almost the favorite to win it. The way it goes.
How do you vote? How do you go against those guys?
I know. And the way Milroe played late in the year. And we sat here and watched how they got there with that 4th and goal from the 30.
Yes.
So it takes miracles sometimes to get there, but they got theirs. All right, Jason, enjoyed it as always, man. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Appreciate you having me.
All right, we'll see you again soon. Shirley Rhodes, Chon. We'll see you fine folks Tuesday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll talk to Cliff Godwin coming up Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Coach Mack will join us, Mully as well. We'll talk to you then. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Eastern Carolina's longest-running sports radio show. The Brian Bailey Show is on the air. The Brian Bailey Show is powered by Greenville Utilities and also brought to you by
The Angus Grill, Bostic Sugg, Bojangles, East Coast Grading, Gavigan Insurance, Greenville Auto World, Papa John's, Greenville Utility Company,